And we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dark Souls Dirge of Drangleic. Well, this time around,
Hello.
we actually get to play with 1 week back to back. So
Yay!
So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing to do. I hope everybody has been looking forward to this, and just now the neighbor's dog decided it was good to start barking. That's pretty great. I hope my audio's coming.
It's okay, I don't know if it got picked up or not.
Let's see, is my audio coming through?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
In that case, well, yeah, we're back at it again, and well, I hope my players have been looking forward to it as well as the viewers. Hopefully, I don't know.
I have been.
And well,
I can't wait to get into some shenanigans.
and we will. First of all, as usual, shoutouts to Sound Phenomenal for providing most of the background music that it's not coming through to my normal mic. Let me see. How about now? I think it should be coming through to my regular mic at the moment. Well, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Well, yes, we are going to be up to some shenanigans today. As usual, shoutouts to Sound Phenomenon for providing most of the background music you're going to be hearing today. Shoutouts to Larian Studios for not striking my videos, even though I use their soundtrack for my battles. And, you know, shoutouts to FromSoft for also not copyright striking the entire campaign. And, well, you know, without further ado...
Do you think if we streamed Bloodborne, they would have copyright struck?
It would have been Sony to strike the...
Yeah, Sony, yeah.
Sony would have absolutely demolished us, man. Sony would have beat all our ass faster than we could have, like, passed gas.
Yeah, they made Bloodborne and refused to do anything with it, but hate anyone making attempts to do anything with it.
Exactly. Which, yeah, it just sounds like game publishers in general. But, with that out of the way, who wants to go ahead and do a quick session recap to earn that DM's inspiration?
I will do the recap.
Okay. In that case, take it away, Bardino.
Okay, last time on Dark Souls Dirge of Drangleic, Ace had threw a party for the team in winning the fight against the pursuer, who was a bum, who tried to sneak peoples during our duels. And with the combined efforts of us and the guards, he poofed away again. While Rock and Valencia were going to buy food for the town, and Shieldbearer and the mysterious stranger were working on some projects. We had some laughs, had some drinks, and then we got news of some happenings around town. Well, around the regions via the town criers. There was apparently a drought going on in the northeastern side of town. There was some rumblings.
Okay, go ahead.
There were some mysterious rumblings, and most damning, Signis' past was coming back to bite him in the ass as the
Duke of Seldora.
a lord that the Duke of Sildora had placed a bounty on his head. No further information has come out just yet. And with that, Ace and Valencia got into some shenaniganry, because she put 2 and 2 together, like, aha, you got feels for the friggin' Tin Man. And now Ace in the background trying to be wingman, apparently. The party, Shieldbearer and Atlas went on ahead to get jobs for the party. we went to do some investigating for some mysterious individuals in the woods. Turned out it was just some old hermit dude. But we ended up bumping into friggin' Armorer Dennis, a friggin' wanted court mage from friggin' Alkin, who was like, haha, it was easy to find these guys because I followed you guys because you were loud as hell. We ended up fighting, getting zapped, and it literally lasted like all of 6 seconds. IRL, because it was that quick of a combat. So now, he's currently held up in the air by Atlas. Most of us got hurt with this weird new spell, and yeah, we're gonna see what's going on with the old man in the shack, who apparently is some really powerful wizard, according to Armorer Dennis.
Okay, yes, you basically got everything, so I'll say you've more than earned your DM's inspiration. You see, this time I remembered. What was it called? But with that out of the way, we will proceed as usual, as I will move your view back to the to the map that you were at, the shack in the middle of the woods, where you now have Armor Dennis basically against the wall in a very literal fashion. There we go.
So
there we go. AR, as I switch music real quick. AR, you have Armor Dennis right where you want him. You have him by the scruff of his sort of like dark robes, while the construct that has been effectively bludgeoned in a very significant fashion is currently just standing there, ordered to stand down at the moment, but looks like it's even barely holding on. It's just kind of staring off against Shieldbearer. Armor Dennis has said that he has some form of healing object that he wanted to reach for if you would allow him to, but obviously, you didn't. So
yeah, I told him fuck off.
Yeah.
What's it called? Atlas holding like Dennis up by like the fucking collar, right? Is still in their basic, like, in their fucking combat high. Their face obviously isn't readable because they have a helmet, but they are still experiencing that sort of everything is still in immediate danger. I need to exterminate all threats. Atlas kind of like tosses Dennis down, like, in front of like Ace, and just kind of says, "Cuff him. I am going to pursue the secondary target. Keep everything intact. Do not allow them to activate any cyanide pills. They are to be questioned." As they kind of like just rush over.
Signis pulls out the thread-headed cane. Signis is gonna pull out the threaded cane and just while Atlas is trying to run past, turn it into its whip form, fucking swing forward things forward to try and catch Atlas just before they fuck off.
Atlas is going to, like, okay, I want to do it like a contested, like, check. I want to, like, grab the chain and just, like, use it to just, like, throw him into the fucking ground as I just continue moving.
I guess this would be contested athletics from Atlas, acrobatics from Signis. If Signis succeeds, effectively slows down AR enough to prevent them from getting to the door in enough time. If Atlas succeeds, effectively throws Signis into the ground to eat shit.
Signis basically trying to wrap Atlas's leg and use that stump to stop himself from being pulled.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, go on. Describe it.
So basically...
Yeah, no, Signis...
Well, go ahead. Go ahead,
Nathan.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, no, Signis is like, hey! Well, no, he wouldn't be like, hey, wait, now, let me try and think of, like, let me get into the zone. Hey, this isn't exactly the time to be rushing off and doing this. Maybe we should think this through before or we handle it.
You keep trying to think things through, you keep trying to talk. And guess where that gets us? Into another fight. You all keep talking and we keep getting the same result. I'm dealing with this now. Let go of me, Phantom Thief.
They surrendered after all but 6 seconds. Let it go.
They surrendered. I am going for the old man, who is the secondary target. I do not know what cognitive processes all of you possess, but it is clear that he was still not lying about the threat that the old man possesses. They seem to be able to wield a form of magic. That is dangerous. They were clearly of not sound mind. We need to take care of them now when they are vulnerable. We cannot let a magic user, rogue or otherwise, to persist.
Yes, what I am saying is... Oh, go ahead.
What do you got against mages anyway? Like,
I have nothing but respect against mages. That is why I know we need to eliminate them immediately, because if they only think slightly against you, you are already dead.
You bid me off for being a criminal, but you side with a phantom thief, says Dennis while on the ground.
I've already Rock has asked Dennis if he has permission to give him some medicine.
He'll look at you, realize that you tried to throw shit at him earlier that was clearly some degree of a poisson. Doesn't really trust you after that.
look.
He looks over and says, "You're just going to jab something into me. I know it.
Look,
keep this one away from me."
Look, I got it. I at least have one of these life gems. I can give you to patch you up now.
Signis was going to say Eta Atlas before. Sorry, actually go on ahead and with this. I'll just wait.
Dennis will just say, "Fine, give me one of those life gems."
I give him a common one. He's getting the basic bozo ones.
I would say, do not waste the gems. I can give him one of the needles if needed. In his to dissuade.
I'm gonna be honest. With you, Rock. Dennis does not trust you to heal him after he saw you use poison.
I was gonna say, Rock is gonna say, and to dissuade you from judging my medicines, I will use one of the injections on Ace if I have the permission to treat their wounds first, so you can believe that my medicine is correct.
Yeah, you can patch me up, Doc. Also, that is fit. He gets the barest bones of healing.
Sure,
that's so fucking funny.
Heal for 4.
Ace, you get this as Rock jabs you with a needle.
I get 7. Huzzah!
All right, and also, yes, Signis, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, Signis is gonna look at Atlas and sort of say, "Oh."
I think that was somebody else's background. Go ahead.
Signis was going to say, I understand what you mean, Atlas. I am not trying to dispute what your end goal is. It is simply just that, first off, they're a magic user. So, yes, as you stated, it is good to be careful. Second off, we haven't sealed all the exits. There's a very possible chance of them escaping. And thirdly, some of us are still injured. We might want to make sure that we are not entirely... we're in slightly better shape before taking on what is possibly a powerful mage.
Also, fourthly, we don't know what kind of mage he is, so why stir up a hornet's nest over partial information?
How about this? I got talked to them and you can sneak up behind.
Don't go jumping old folks.
And most importantly, AR,
Well, the
your
exit.
job was reconnaissance, nothing else. I don't care
Also,
what your
nobody-
feeling is here. If you want to hunt them because they merely seem dangerous, seems not fair.
The type
Then you
of
need to hunt many of us.
just
Also,
because it was reconnaissance does not mean that threats must not be eliminated. Article 2 of Lamoth Military Regulations state that one must remain on guard. And Article 9 states that you should show no mercy to those undeserving. The
But
the Type 6 Firefly unit is built for reconnaissance, stealth, and forward scouting in order to wait for their unit. My unit is here. But kind of like
Yeah.
just like, looking at Signis, just kind of like grabbing like the threaded cane and just kind of like slowly untangling it now, like just says, but I take your meaning. We should make further preparations. And I suppose that they will be staying in that hut for as long as possible. I do not see them attempting to make an escape. But if we come to regret this, I want you all to know that I would.
My job is not to hunt anyone that seems dangerous.
I know that
Neither
is not
is it
your
one
job.
of- Neither
My
is
job is to
someone
bring. Sorry. Go on.
Neither is from someone that I heard should not intervene with this earth beyond hunting bugs, if I remember correctly.
The military
wanted us-
regulation you are stating is about not interfering with the technology level of this state. My job, first and foremost, as a knight, is still to bring all those to justice that deserve it.
And who says that he doesn't use his powers for good? Just cause Armor Dennis says that he's dangerous, doesn't mean that he is dangerous to all. Could just mean that he's powerful, capable to do so.
If someone is capable of doing good, and they are not already doing it, and in the process of constantly and diligently serving the people, then they cannot fundamentally be good.
Folks can be shut-ins, right? Especially
And would you
wizards.
say that about some of us? Your crew?
You are all constantly in the pursuit of doing good. You are all proactive. People who hide behind closed walls and do not offer their services to the people in need. I do not see any value in allowing them to continue persisting, especially if they possess a power that must be used responsibly.
Some wizards just don't like to be bothered. I mean, I've known some who just, hang out by themselves, looking at their own spell books.
The
and
hermits
whatnot.
of the Intelligentsia Guild and the Genius Society do hang out by themselves, as you so crudely put it. And they are also some of the greatest threats in the galaxy, who are only allowed to go on because they are not directly harmful, because they are too obsessed with their own books. Perhaps they are not an immediate threat, but how long can that possibly last until their curiosity or their psychosis gets the better of them and they blow up an entire system?
Well, but Okay.
Isn't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Ace just looking over like, oh lord, what are you doing now, Rock?
Isn't your stopping this powerful wizard technically intervening with the technology and arcane proficiency that this world has? Even, especially if it's not orders.
What a joke! You think that that person is significant to the arcane advancement of this world? He's in a hut. Nobody knows who he is. He is a hermit.
They're
Someone
right.
had to
I am
carry
nobody.
out-
You hear the voice from the inside. They're right. I am nobody, so you should leave now. You hear the old man.
Dennis knew who he was. So
He had to
apparently
seek
many
him
have
out.
heard.
He had to seek him out to bring him out of hiding. Dennis himself observed that this person needed to be brought somewhere, encouraged outside, because otherwise, what else is he doing?
And we can bring him to the captain, but we do not just kill someone without orders.
At this point, Dennis is looking at Ace and Dr. Rock and saying, "Are you sure those guys are not going to kill each other? You guys seem to fight together more than they fought me."
Bluntly stated, this group does work together, but it does tend to have an issue of rivalries. Though it only seems we only have one at a time.
That's not even fucking wrong.
And
Also, why are you button? Also, why is that concerning you?
I mean, I'm kind of concerned about the people who, have me at their mercy to see if their mental state would allow them to keep me alive.
You're not
Look,
You're not very. Your bounty says you must be kept alive, so we will not do anything that will lead to your expiration.
Looks over at Atlas.
look.
So,
As
Signis
someone who's an
is.
experienced bounty hunter, I can assure you, you're fine. Like, I even gave you the offer of you could just come quietly, but you had to choose option B. Now you come in bruises and broke bones.
For now.
Speaking of bruises, Rock would look to the rest of the group. Does anyone else need any wounds treatment? I have 3 vials left.
Before you do that, Rock, or rather you can do that on, through text. What were you gonna say, Signis?
Oh, so Signis is just trying to. He's trying to hide next to the window so that he's basically guarding the exit.
Okay, roll me a stealth. And Valencia, cutting very quickly to you. You said you were gonna try to engage in conversation with the hermit.
Yep.
Okay.
Valencia's gonna walk up to the door and just proclaim that, "Fear not, old man. In the hut, we have defeated this Dennis.
You don't
I'm
hear
hunting you down."
you don't hear a response for a little bit, but you then hear a voice from the old man come in and say, "Does that mean you will leave?"
We just have a couple questions to ask.
What more
That's
can
all.
What more can you possibly ask?
Well, we heard that, something about spells. Now, I'm not making any accusations, just curious.
If I tell you things, will you leave?
That we will.
You see that the blind on the one window that is in this cabin kind of opens up a little bit. You see the old man's face once again, and he goes,
I just imagine Signis is right underneath the wall, fucking pressed against it. The guy looks out at Valencia, Signis right underneath.
he looks over at you and says, "What do you want to know?"
Well, I'm curious about what kind of magic you know.
The type any sorcerer knows. Soul magic. Sorcery.
Like the kind this Dennis was casting?
Maybe.
It's not,
He kind of like narrows his eyes at you. Oh. There we... You're there?
Could you repeat what you said? I think you cut out for me.
He just said maybe.
Could I, inquire then?
What? What about?
Well, what kind? Well, you saw the fight, didn't you?
No.
Oh.
You can tell by tone of voice that he probably did actually see, but he's just pretending he didn't.
Okay, so... theoretically, would you know what spell did, quickly out of character, what spell was used against it? Like a lightning bolt, wasn't it?
It was Soul Spear, I think it was.
Soul Spear. Right. Perhaps would you know what a Soul Spear is, then?
I do.
How advanced is one of those spells?
There's decently advanced. You would need to train for quite a bit to acquire the knowledge and intelligence to cast one of those.
Okay, out of character, how advanced is a Soul
It's
Spear?
a 4th level
It's
spell.
a 4th level.
Okay, so here's telling the truth. I'm not really sure where to take this though.
Basically, none of us would be able to cast this ever. I don't think any of us are ever gonna get to a point where we're gonna be able to cast that.
I mean, Ace could, like, at the end of the campaign, like that's around when she.
I mean,
Actually, no, like.
depends on that.
50 is when she's starting to cast 5th levels, I believe, right? As a half caster, right?
I guess Fancy's gonna continue a conversation by just inquiring, do you perhaps know how to cast the spell?
Perhaps. Why do you care?
Well, I'm just curious, that's all. I mean, we did just fight a sorcerer here.
You did, and now you've defeated him. And I fear that if I don't comply with your request, you will attack me too.
I have no such intention.
Are you sure? I overheard the metal one threaten to attack.
He's just a bit shaken up after the fight, that's all.
I thought you were gonna say he's just a shit.
Would not be wrong. Ace would
The
definitely say that, but that's not a character.
The old man kind of like just lowers his head a little bit and through the window again and says, "So, what else do you want? How can I convince you to just leave me alone?"
Oh, I haven't even gotten your name yet. My name is Valencia Draco Delil.
I assume that's important. I've been isolated for quite a while. My name is... He kind of like looks out the window to try... Well, not out the window because it's not open, but like he looks around to see who's around you almost, Valencia, as if he doesn't want others to be hearing like, too much of what he's saying. And he says, "My name is Joseph."
God.
just Yosef?
Oh, somebody has some crinkling going on in the background.
Yeah, sorry.
It's not me this time, I swear.
What do you ask, Valencia?
Valencia will get like a bit closer to just like be able to like talk quieter as well, and she will just like ask like, just Yosef?
Yes. Nothing more than that.
Does Valencia happen to know any like famous Yosefs out there?
You can make me a history check or an insight check.
And can Signis also make like a history check? Because he's been here for like 3 months. Maybe he's overheard shit.
Sure. Again, history check
Like-
or insight check. Your choice.
Let's
Okay,
see. I have +3. That is a 5.
Valencia's gonna do this.
Expertise.
And-
Okay.
So that's 25.
You didn't need.
I didn't need it.
You believe Joseph's not actually this man's name. You've heard of court mages of high power before, because of who you are and where you worked. You know of a couple names of famous, sorcerers from across the land. Joseph's not one of them. This man is, if he is truly a powerful mage, as Dennis claims that he is, then he's given you a name that either isn't his own, or, I guess you believe, like, he's not giving you his proper name.
Yosef, I can't believe I've heard of any sorcerers via such name.
Exactly, I'm nobody, like I said.
Okay, out of character, I don't know where to continue this conversation right now.
I mean, we could say that the party can, intervene at any point if they want to.
Yeah, I'll let the rest of the party, like, talk among themselves, I guess. And I'll quickly brainstorm something.
Okay. I apologize if I'm not giving you a lot to work with. It's just he really doesn't want y'all here, so he's being very reserved.
To be fair, it makes sense. We have intruded on the home of an introverted, isolationist hermit, and he's also been heard death threats from outside. It makes sense he kind of just wants us to get the fuck out of here.
Cool. So, I guess the party can continue the conversation out loud.
Yeah. Also, Ace, Rock asked a bit ago, since no one else responded, to if anyone wants any healing, if you'd want some more.
Bard?
You might be muted.
I think straight up not here.
My bad.
He's dead.
My bad. Yeah, Tigre.
Okay.
Okay.
So AR does say, "I know evil when I see it. I know when suffering ones." Okay, never mind. You have not been in a war silver.
Yeah.
You cling on to ideals and principles because you don't realize that they mean nothing in the face of threat of utter annihilation. How would Shieldbearer respond to that?
Have
Yeah,
you
like-
seen the whole purpose for Illium Lois? AR. You know nothing of this man you claim to be evil just because one man with a bounty claims so. You know nothing of him. Only thing you know is that he locked himself indoors to make sure that he didn't die in a fight. How can you be sure he's evil?
I cannot be sure he is evil. However, I have at least a modicum of evidence to support my view. This is no longer merely about a bounty or a job posting. This is a magic user who is refusing to cooperate.
So we just kill everyone who doesn't immediately fall into line?
Yes!
In that case, kill yourself right now! You don't fall into line of the person you saw as leader. And I'm not even talking about me here. Valencia chose this. And you specifically chose to ignore those orders because you think you know better.
I do know better. None of you have been in war. None of you have seen thousands of people die in front of you. None of you have had a entire squadron of yours die in your arms and you be the only survivor. None of you realize what is truly at stake because you are a squire!
Rock hearing Atlas
So
speak.
Valencia doesn't know anything?
Rock hearing
Mr. Walker, who has been through a lot of things which we know, has been through nothing? You know nothing of us yet. Don't presume you do.
What's it called?
Hmm.
Atlas does kind of like get like a bit like stunned at like, you know, like that, you know, thing of like, I mean, yeah, like just like fucking think about this for a second, right? They I think like because they've been in like a combative pose, and I think like they stare at you for like quite a while, and I think you can see like, you know, like the teal green energy like that becomes flames when they fight, like, you know, starting to like kind of like leak out of like the grate of like, you know, like the faceplate grate, as if like, you know, they are actually like, you know, physically fuming, right? And eventually though the flames kind of like dissipate and you just hear like the clink clank of you know, them, like their arms kind of like, you know, going slack and them just like kind of getting out of like the combative stance, and they sort of like, you know, like just stand up and like kind of turn away from you and what's it called, stare off for like, you know, like a little bit and just kind of say, your point stands. I apologize for my actions.
You know, AR, I've seen many good people die because just like you, people presumed they were monsters just because they saw one thing. I don't ask you to never stop, don't always prepare for a fight, I would say, but never start one without a good reason. For you don't know what that man has been through. And I will accept your apologies for now. Just keep it in mind. As you would have seen throughout this conversation, that not a single hair would have turned white. This was all shield bearer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think like Atlas will kind of like essentially like, you know, go silent for at least, you know, like the rest of it, but like, you know, it's a silence that's very much like you feel that like they are thinking about it, you know, like they do seem to be pondering it, but obviously, you know, when emotions are discharged, right? Sometimes the only thing you can really do is just disengage and sit with it.
Hmm.
You don't think they're ignoring you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say that happens around the time where Valencia kind of starts realizing the conversation is drying up with the old man. Cool. Signis obviously sees this because he's the closest. So what would y'all do?
Give me a second. I just need to check what I have on me. Fuck, I don't have rope. That's kind of ass. Yeah, Signis is just gonna, the guy, you said the guy's, sort of, peering out the window, right?
Yeah.
And, Signis is, fucking positioned himself underneath, the fucking windowsill. When he, pressed himself against the wall, basically. So I imagine that at this point he's like, okay, just trying to talk to this guy is getting us nowhere. Can he, quickly try and fucking, reach up, grab him by, the collar, pull him out, and then, a slam, press him onto the ground, and then quickly he move, do the police thing where you, move their person's arms behind their back to, restrain them.
So hold on, what are you doing to inside? Just run by me. I was just reading the chat real quick.
So, I was just saying, Signis would be like, oh yeah, this is going nowhere. We're just I assume this guy, you said this guy was, looking out the window.
Yes.
I assume his head was,
he just
out the
opened
window,
his
right?
curtains. He never opened the window.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah, no,
then.
he opened the curtain. He didn't really open the window. Go ahead.
Yeah. Wait, but okay. Is it glass window?
Yeah. It seems like.
Oh well, fuck me, I guess.
Also, Armor Dennis did answer. Yeah, a while ago in the chat.
He said, I used to make good armors for the Kingdom of Ulcan and was also a very avid court mage.
Well, I guess this is how it's gonna go.
Valencia has one more idea in mind.
Yeah, no.
Cygnus
Signis is taking matters into his own hands. Let's see. Why is that not showing up? What the fuck is going on? Is that nope? Oh, fuck me.
House walk. To location within range within 5 feet of dim light or darkness. You teleport to his location. Well, he is actually in dim light because there's no fucking lights inside his home.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Signis would just fucking just disappear in a very quick poof of gold. Appear a golden light appears behind the guy instead of attacking or anything. He just he just does the thing that the police do when you restrain somebody, when they restrain somebody, where they press them against the ground and then hold their arms behind their back.
Why do folks just want to break into people's houses?
Because
all of a sudden?
because it's happening right on time. Because Katya, you said that you had something Valencia wanted to try out. Obviously, I guess in theory that would be interrupted by Signis, but I just want to know what that was so I can kind of paint a scene here of what's happening.
Yeah, but Valencia doesn't pay any mind to Signis disappearing because he does that over time. He's gonna ask just okay, one more final thing before I leave. I've been asked via the command of a local fort to inspect the surrounding forest.
I think Signis would have waited for her to go on this first before he goes anywhere, if so.
Okay.
I have no more questions. I merely wish to have a look inside.
Looks over at you and says, "Is that really necessary?" Roll me
I'm afraid it is.
Roll me a persuasion check, cause we'll see how this develops.
Okay.
Damn it!
Should have saved that
Wait.
that one's dedication for this.
Wait.
Oh, Yeah? What do you have for us,
Eight.
Ace?
9, 10, 11, 12. Get a 14. Flash it. Wait,
How
hold
far
up.
away
How far
are you? Yeah.
Yeah,
How far away are you? Because I gotta see. Nope. Nope. 30 feet.
Damn. What's it called? So yeah, you see that he was like, I will invoke my authority over my property to not allow authorities into my home. He says.
Takes out shotgun.
And right as he says that, Signis, that's roughly where Signis is like, alright, fuck this. And teleports behind him, nothing personnel, old man. And you see Signis, first of all, inside this man's home. It's like very, very small. Very cluttered, with various different shelves that have what seems to be supplies that are mostly rations that could probably last them for quite a number of months. You see there's a fireplace, obviously, but it's too narrow of a slit opening to even like do anything with that. There is a singular table with a very old-looking cutlery on top of it. Like a plate that. In general, this entire place looks like it's not really been well taken care of. You see that inside the walls of the cabin, there is scribblings written in common, I guess, or the equivalent to common of the setting. There appears to be a repeated set of sentences that are kind of like, must not forget, must not forget, must not forget. You see that this entire place is like a mess, basically. You teleport behind the man, and what did you say you were gonna do?
Yeah, basically, Signis would what he would do is he would do some like the sort of thing where like I assume this man is like just being like really cautious up front, but I doubt he's like expecting anybody to approach him from behind. So Signis just fucking grabs his wrists and then like it pushes him like up against the window, pressing his weight but like to keep his like and like moving his arms behind his back
cop
to prevent
grapple.
any. Yeah, fucking cop grapple.
Okay. Are you intending to like push him through the window, or like just
not push him through the window, just press him up against it, just to prevent him from like moving, speaking,
Sure,
hitting, and like using somatic.
Yeah, like literally what policemen do.
Yeah, make me a sleight of hand check, because you're trying to be kind of like finesse about it rather than use brute force. Okay. I'm just gonna do something in the background here. Okay. So yeah, he can't really resist that, huh? You will see that the individual, the old man, is completely caught by surprise. He wasn't expecting you to be able to, well, first of all, warp in here, first of all. But second of all, it does appear that, his frail constitution doesn't seem to really give him much leverage over your rather athletic, youthful, superior skill.
No, acrobatic, not athletic.
Acrobatic. My bad, yeah.
Sleight of handic.
A sleight of handic. A twink.
Twink.
And you see...
I just imagine Valencia's like, just got denied, and then suddenly this guy just gets pressed up against the window, and then Signis is behind her.
Valencia,
like,
you see
all right,
Signis appears behind the old man and pushes him against the wall. The old man begins to panic and says, "What? Let go of me! Now!"
Signis has his like is holding his wrist, so like he can't really use somatic components.
He doesn't even have a staff or a spell focus on his hands, by the way. So, you basically have him at your mercy at the moment.
Yeah, Signis would like Signis would just be like, while Miss Valencia, I think it would be best if you just entered, because as of the moment, I do not have rope.
Valencia's just
and
in shock. She wasn't expecting you to just break and enter. Right, of course. Gets off her horse and
The door would be the one on the right, but it does appear to be locked if you were to rattle it.
okay, she tries
Yeah.
rattling, it doesn't work. Valencia will convey that
assume
information to Signis.
Signis would like try and hold the guy's wrists as he like fucking. Actually, yeah, he would hold the guy's wrists, but he wouldn't like risk he wouldn't risk like trying to move and like possibly having him like turn on him. So Signis is just gonna fucking throw a card at the latch to see if he can open it from like that.
Sure, make me an attack roll.
Can I use this instead?
Sure, that would still be a spell attack roll.
Well, yeah, but choose whether you make attack roll or for the target
okay.
to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay,
Make the
just
door.
roll,
do
just
a
roll
dex
me.
save.
Yeah, roll me the force damage, I guess.
That would be 1d6.
However much that would be at this level.
Imagine I roll a 1. Actually, that would be 2d6.
You strike at the latch of the door with this illusory, cards almost that detonate in like this force impact, and you do see that it damages the door significantly. Actually, it's very brittle-looking wood. You believe that if Atlas would have actually gone ahead with their threat to burn down the place, it would probably go up in seconds. You see that it does make like a hole in the door, but the door is otherwise unmoved. The old man says, "Is locked by a spell."
Oh, boy, what in tarnations is going on over there?
However,
Yeah,
Valencia, you believe this does damage the structure of the door enough that you can probably kick it down if you want to.
You know what? At this point, yeah.
Okay,
She's just gonna kick it in.
make me an athletics check.
She's tired of his shenanigans as well.
That's at a 12. Give me 1 second to check something.
She kicks with the bad leg.
Yeah.
It
Well,
ca-
either way, she's either standing on her bad leg or kicking with it.
it caves in a little bit, but not fully. You, like, it's looking like the here's Johnny, like scene from The Shining.
Signis would say like, use your shoulder or try not to use your shoulder. It gets more surface area.
Thank you,
Right,
Con-
noted.
Thank you, Connor 40k. I just the here's Johnny thing. What's it called? So everybody would hear that something is happening in the cabin at this point. Obviously, you see Valencia kicking down the door. Signis has disappeared somehow. You can probably see the rustling in the window through the blinds of the old man struggling and being pressed against it. What's it called? What do y'all do?
Ace is gonna ask Shieldbearer to watch Dennis real quick. Well, before it was complicated situation. You see, well, as Ace was about to ask something else, she was like, "What in tarnation?" Seeing that, they kicking down the doors like they friggin' bomb the friggin' Sterling Company.
Holy
Like, oh boy. Hey, big guy.
Worry not, we will get you a new one.
Can you watch him real quick? I'll be back.
I assume Valencia's gonna try and shoulder check the door after Signis's advice.
Ace looks at.
Does this work?
Oh, there we go. We can hear you. You
Yeah.
said your mic was
we can hear
messing up, Moraine.
Yeah, the normal settings from a mic are still gone, so you'll probably hear way more background noises if they're happening. So I will
Okay.
mute up when I'm not talking, but if you can at least understand me, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we can hear you. Would Silver have said something during the time that you couldn't fix your mic?
Nothing that would change it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's fine. So he just says, yes, I was planning on watching these two. And he will hold the reaction. If it seems that they will move, he will bash them against the wall.
Okay.
Oh yeah. By the way, before I do leave, I gave him a rope, a friggin' lasso
I'm gonna
that I had.
I'm gonna switch to a bit more tense atmosphere at the moment for this. You all kind of like most of you rather, begin to rush the cabin at this point. Valencia, you shoulder check the door and fully break it off its hinges. You will see that the old man at this point is like getting very altered, I guess. You see as he begins breathing rapidly, and he is looking like he's not really enjoying this. At this point, Ace runs up the cabin. Is AR Rock or are AR or Rock moving as well, or are they just staying behind with Shield?
They're gonna stay behind with Shield Bearer.
Okay. Rock.
Hmm.
You got rope, so you can tie man's up.
I guess, yeah. Rock will stay at the back because it's a big. Okay, if something does happen, it's best to have the medic not be in any potential explosions.
Okay. So it would be mostly Signis, Valencia, and Ace over here. In that case, you all break into the cabin of the old man, and he says, "You animals!"
No. This is. We
you're half correct.
don't mean you. We don't mean you any harm by this. It is. We just need information, and once this is all done, I can promise that you will be. If should there be nothing wrong, we will let you go. And you can continue on as you were.
What in Blazer are y'all doing? Busting up like you're the dang Silver Stars. You
Well-
could. I'm asking Dennis some questions, and then I hear a big old boom. Come to find out, you breaking doors down. Like, you couldn't have asked for folks to help with the locks.
It was Cygnus's idea.
The questions were getting us the questions as they were getting us nowhere. This seemed like the option that would cause the least bloodshed. Ed, it is a bit crude, but it will have to do for the moment.
Indeed. Your name isn't Yosef, is it?
He kind of looks over at the Signis, Valencia, Ace, says, It is not. He
No,
starts to
I'm
sound...
not annoyed.
Go ahead.
I'm not annoyed or anything. We just want to know the truth. That's all.
He looks out the window. You see his eyes are focusing on some of on your allies, down the hill. If you want to, you can make me a perception check to see who exactly his eyes focus for that half a second.
Okay. Ace kind of has a feeling maybe it's like Dennis because context clues.
Oh, fuck me.
None of you could
That was-
figure out
that was
who he
ass
looked
roll.
at during that half second.
Yeah, Ace has a suspicion, but
He looks back at you guys and says, "Are you going to take me away?"
We just have questions. For the moment.
Indeed, we are told to investigate the local area. Not
And
go
the
around
shack happens.
apprehending people.
Dennis was Dennis was a bit of a 2-for-1 because, well, we were thinking about turning in a bounty, and he just happened to be here. You ain't got... Look, you ain't got... Look, if you are a sorcerer, mage, what have you... Now, at least I ain't looking to turn you in, because, well, I don't know if you got a bounty on your head and you did some shady stuff in your life. Well, that's guaranteed for me, at least.
He
I just came in because these two were breaking down doors.
looks back at Signis as well, almost as if also trying to get an answer. Obviously, you have him. He can't really turn fully around to you, Signis, at the moment, but he like tries to look over his shoulder.
I think that Signis is during this does have like one of his masks on. So like it's just just looking back and it's just fucking blank face.
Valencia does stare at Signis, just like, please work with us here.
He just sort of look. He is like looking at like Valencia like please fucking tie this guy up. I am like not like you. I think like he's well. You can sort of like see his like eyes behind like the eye holes and just like and he's like doing the thing where you like look at the looks like gestures at something with his like head. More so like hey. I'm probably not the best person to be trying to restrain somebody for with just myself for an extended period of time. Fucking tie this guy up like I requested.
Alright. Walker, given both our professions, I would have expected you of all people have some rope or at least some string. Something.
We would say, after that he would just like step away and say, truly we mean harm. I will step away post haste and allow Miss Valencia to handle it from here. I do believe that we have answers. We have questions that need answering, and as stated prior, once those answers have been given, have been given, and should there be nothing wrong, we will leave you be unharmed, armed, with no issue.
Would you?
Can fix your door. It'd take probably like 20 minutes.
Would you promise me that those ones down there won't know of what we discuss here?
I swear on my draconic honor.
Yeah, Valencia says swears. What did you say, Ace?
Mum's word, kind of giving the zip lip
Looks at
motion.
Signis.
You have my gentleman's word.
He looks at one of the chairs, almost looking, asking without saying anything if he can just sit down for a second.
Ace kind of gives him the chair.
You see as the old man moves to the chair, sits down, puts his back against the rest of it, and he looks over at you guys and says, "It's true. I was a sorcerer working for a very secretive group. I don't remember a lot of things out of it. We were sworn to secrecy by sorcery. Old sorcery. Ancient, perhaps. Maybe even from the ages of the old gods. As a result of it, most of my memories are missing from those days. But I remember my name. It is not Joseph. It is Alphys. And...
Yep.
I'm going to make it so you guys can see the token name now.
Can we now roll history?
Is that supposed to mean something for y'all?
Can they use their
Valencian
previous
longer.
histories?
Valencians and Signis, you can roll history if you want to. I will say it's a pretty high DC, because he just said he was working in a secretive society.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck me.
Well, guidance and fuck it, we ball.
Wah.
Eh,
7.
You could, maybe that sounds like a name you've heard, but it's, you don't pinpoint it right away. Office
Valencia
looks...
just tilts her head.
I don't blame you if you don't know. Once we were sworn into secrecy, most of our records were expunged from public view. I don't remember who our leader was, but I remember working on many things. It was...
Such as?
Looks out the window once again. You're not sure who or what he's looking at. And then looks back at you guys and says... We, performed experiments of the soul.
Oh, great. Y'all are necromancers.
No, nothing as crass as that. We dealt with some dead bodies, but we didn't reanimate them. At least, I don't believe we could.
Okay, if you're not necromancers, secret society, wizard, sorcerers, what did you do anyhow?
I remember long series of halls. Gray halls with tall walls. Fires lighting up at the ceiling through chandeliers. I remember a laboratory with all sorts of contraption. Cages, vats, tables to tie down subjects. And I remember us, myself and the other ones with me, being told to wear a series of same-looking outfits in order to conceal our identities. We weren't even allowed to see each other's faces.
How did you end up here? He gestures at the cottage we're in currently.
I ran. Something happened during the testings. Some of the subjects got out. And I'm not entirely sure why, but I felt that I should run out as well. I don't remember what happened afterwards. I remember me running towards the front door and nothing. Before I knew it, I was already running through the woods. And I kept running. I ran until my legs bled, and then I ran some more. Something happened. The sorcery with which we were bound interfered with my mind. And I thought that it would be for the best if I concealed myself from everything, from everyone. I could not live with the shame, with the guilt of what I did.
Okay. So, secret society, maybe y'all's were necromancers, alchemists, transmuters, and whatever magic that was keeping in your silence was muddling with your mind. Could be enchantment magic. Old enchantment magic. So I think some more powerful enchantments do muddle with the old noggin. Again, it takes a good bit of magic to fix it too. Well, and then Ace just kind of having like a blank expression, looking at Valencia and Signis, like, because at least for Valencia, with like Valencia and Signis, the most y'all's got, like, at least from meeting Ace, like, oh, this is just some backcountry girl who a friggin' gearhead who makes magic items and shoots guns, but it's rattling off about magic like she's a friggin' wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And she just has like that blank expression, like, what, I got something stuck in my teeth?
Yes.
I think like Signis has that sort of look that in his eyes that you would like normally see only when he's like taking shit like actually seriously. He like this though that's not like the playful look that that's not like the playful like sort of expression he has, even you can tell behind the like when you like normally when he has the mask on, you can tell like he's still like being sort of playful with it in how he like it holds himself. He seems a lot more stiff. This is less Signis, more Jeremiah now.
I believe when we go to the Fort Commander, we should make no mention of this.
You're not intending on taking me to them, right?
No, you said you regret what you do, correct?
I do. And if I could think of a way to make up for the mistakes of the past, I would. But my memories are fragmented. I don't even know precisely how many I've wronged. I just know that he again looks out the window. This time he stares for a little bit longer. So I'll allow y'all to re-roll that perception check, because at this point he's been doing it way too often.
Okay.
Is it the construct?
Is it?
That is a 15. That is
14.
Oh my god.
15,
Valencia
16,
thinks it's the
17,
construct,
19.
even though she
Actually,
doesn't know.
Flash of Genius.
Flash of Genius on who?
You know what? Flash Genius on Signis, make that a 20.
And would Bell have given guidance? I know I often forget about it.
Nobody asked for her, and she
I assume
gave no blessing.
Valencia did it herself.
Yeah, she. Unless you ask for her, or there's like, she knows what's going on. She wouldn't.
Signis.
Then I remind that for the future.
Signis. His eyes are a little bit worn out, so it's difficult to tell exactly where he's looking at. That, and it's a kind of long distance between the cabin and the rest of your allies. You believe, if you're following his line of sight as you believe you are, you see as it goes kind of like this. Out the window, down the hill, past the construct.
You no.
Was he just like racist or like?
Well,
What is it
Ace
about our companion that
knows.
you're so worried about?
You say that, Signis, and he looks back at you and says, I believe His words just kind of caught in his throat a little bit at that, and he says, I believe that I and the others, I remember someone was brought in, and they weren't the same when they got out.
Damned cults.
Ace is gonna make a wisdom save really quick to see if she blows her top or not, because friggin' Shield Bearer told Ace, well, a little bit of what they did remember. And this man's just saying, oh, Shield Bearer, they did stuff to him. I'll say DC 10, I guess.
That is a
Okay, so
17.
Ace kind of composed herself, but you do see like smoke billowing from her, like she's getting pissed, but it's like, okay.
I don't know what I can do to make up for the mistakes of the past. I just know that, well, if someone remembers what happened, well, I can't even begin to imagine what consequences there could be.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Signis would like, I assume he'd just been like leaning against the wall this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Just walks up and says, Miss Acevedo, please step aside.
You basically see Ace like thumbing the friggin' cylinder of Lady Luck, like she was contemplating of, do I blast this man's to help my friend, or do I just let his mind just to go? Now here's the thing, out of character, y'all, and for Ryan too, with Ace knowing a little bit of backstory from Chillbear, how pissed would Chillbear be if we just leave this man's and
Well,
Ace know?
You, I guess, haven't said anything to Shilver yet, and you kind of give
Yeah.
this man your word that you wouldn't. What's the call? So,
One way to find out.
only one way to find out.
Valencia wants to step in. She doesn't want y'all hurting this person. She doesn't.
No. Like I think like you could tell like Signis is taking this seriously, but he isn't pissed.
And you
Okay.
see Ace is like the contemplating, I gave this man my word, but at the same time I gave my buddy my word, and I might have to blast him. But she's holding herself back a little bit.
Miss Acevedo, please step aside.
Out of character, I don't know if anyone knows her full name outside of Shieldbearer.
Yes, Shieldbearer is the only person who knows. She hasn't shown anyone else the bounty poster.
Oh, then he would say, Miss Ace, please step aside.
Mm. What languages do you speak?
You mean Signis?
Yeah, what languages do you speak?
Common, a shitty version of Broken Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
You do not know what she is saying. Like, she's kind of like mumbling under her breath in this kind of more guttural language. Like, like you not sure what she means, but you can get the intent. Like, oh yeah, she's pissed, and like something bear. So that's the only thing that would pop out because lost in translation.
Ace isn't moving, isn't she?
Oh no!
Was Ace cussing this man out in Primordial?
She's cussing mans out in Primordial, like, oh, you the some bitch who was responsible for hurting my best friend Shieldbearer. Mofo, if I ain't give my word, I would have blasted your brains all over this room and not cared. Give me a reason. Give me a reason.
You are getting very heated at the moment. Please step aside.
Valencia's gonna place her hand on Ace's shoulder.
I mean, his mind's already muddled as it is. You mean tell me you're one of the folks responsible for hurting my buddy back there?
Wait, what? Valencia looks confused now.
She is referring to our beastkin companion.
Wait, you don't mean...
We need to think about this rationally. And at the moment, while we do have questions, and this man clearly seems to be trying to repent, but is also unable to answer them. I can try and find and whatever I can, and get as much information out of this as possible. However, we need to handle this calmly. Emotions will get in our way at the moment, and as such, that is why I would like to request us to be the one to take over from here.
Let's. Give Ace a persuasion check with disadvantage because she is contemplating right now.
She is
Persuasion.
very
I'm going to roll ass.
14.
I would say you would know that Shield Bear at least always wants to hear the story. Of people.
Valencia would like look at Alphys again and just say, if you do regret what you did and you do wish to repent, now's your chance.
What should I do?
Go talk to them.
Talk? They'll kill me.
You're damn lucky that he's a kinder soul than I. 'Cause even if you weren't the I don't know if you're the main person involved or head honcho or just a bystander and whatever happened to him. But if roles were reversed, I wouldn't. But if things were different and and if it was someone who weren't as kind, well, let's just say you'd be the second mage. You'd be the second mage I had to have the unfortunate pleasures of putting out of their misery. But he at least will want to hear the story, and if you are remorseful about your actions, talking with me would be some solace.
He looks over and says, at this point I need all three of you, to make me just like a general charisma check.
Okay.
I will say, you guys have planted a very, very well put together argument through roleplay. So the charisma check is more to see roughly with what type of attitude he goes on to do what you're asking of him. So you guys, lay it out to him. You want to make things up? Here's your chance. And he stares at you. He lowers his head for a little bit, and then he says, "Fine, I'll do it. In whatever way I can. Will you just allow me to retrieve something?"
No funny business.
No, it's something that I always told myself I couldn't let go of. That I suppose now it needs to rear its head here.
Go ahead.
I don't
You
know why,
see-
but this feels like one. Good.
You see as he walks over to the bed of the cabin, reaches underneath.
His hands are still tied, though.
I mean, he will ask if you guys can just, let his hands go. Or rather, if you wouldn't, he'll say, underneath the bed, there's something. Could you reach in there for me?
I don't know why, but this feels like one of those moments where the guy goes out to confess his sins, and then somebody waiting in the trees just snipes the shit out of him.
You reach under the bed, Signis, and your hands brush against something. Something that feels both with a smooth surface, but also with some fur around it. If you were to pull that object out, you see what appears to be some form of mask, helmet. Is kind of difficult to describe. It's a hood with tons of different strands of white fur coming out of it. But the front of this hood is a mask with a smooth blue-colored like crystal, like a disc basically, a round disc that seems to be like the mask for this.
He would hand it over to Ace to hand over to Valencia to just sort of check if she's familiar with this, because honestly, I don't think he would have been here long enough to be like this deeply like ingrained into the kind of shit that you would normally know about this shit place, about Drangleic.
By Drangleic standards, is this like... How weird is this?
You have no idea what the fuck this is, or what this is supposed to represent. You know, it's a mask, or like it's mask/hood, obviously. But you have no idea what order this is supposed to represent, if any, or cult, or religion.
Valencia just looks at the path, like Ace and Signis, and just gives a confused, like, shakes her head.
Shame.
Ace would ritually cast Identify. And let me see. Is it magical of any sorts?
It is magical to some extent, but it's a very simple but powerful enchantment. It effectively just allows the I didn't have a handout for this for the moment here, but it's a very simple enchantment that makes it more difficult for creatures to discern what emotions the user is going through. It is effectively, for all intents and purposes, a tool to detach oneself from the actions that they're taking.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, if any of the god dang necromancers or alchemists back home had one of these babies, oh boy, they'd have a field day with this.
You notice the enchantment is faded, as if something happened that has caused the magic to be worn out.
Yeah.
By the way, I asked something a little bit earlier in whispers that I don't think got addressed.
I didn't see it. Sorry, Nathan. What did you ask?
Oh,
No, not really. I mean, the whole
Signis would
situation is already concerning for a different reason, though. Like,
yeah, no. Signis is just doing like a once over of the guy, more so out of like more so like out of concern of Jesus Christ. Was there like some sort of like a eldritch entity that might have been in like a responsible for this, and just being like, oh wait, never mind.
Nathan, you might want to slow just like a little bit down because you're stuttering a lot more.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Just slow down. It's all right.
Yeah, no. Signis is just doing like a once over, more so just to check about just whether or not he has any like connection with the Eldritch, essentially, and that, which is why I asked that in GM. Considering that you said no, this has nothing to do with it, Signis would just sort of just accept that and be like, okay, so this is something else entirely. Could Signis like not like not to like pull an Ivan or anything, just like from what he has like heard about Alphys, how Alphys has like described like his predicament, like mentally, etc. Like, could he like roll Arcana to see like what kind of magical nonsense is going on that could have caused like his current mental state?
You can try.
I mean-
You can certainly try.
Ace kind of made an educated guess of it being like some sort of enchantment magic, which
Yeah.
probably coming from this mask, definitely somebody was a pretty nasty enchanter to do this shenaniganry.
Gotta roll an Arcana.
You believe this could be some form of enchantment that, is... Yeah, some form of magical effect that you're not sure if you can really dispel, per se, because the effect has already happened. It seemed to have been, the way he described it, it seemed to be some form of trigger, a failsafe, perhaps.
There's... Signis is just gonna, like, sort of sigh and say, I genuinely think that we have gotten almost all that we could out of this man. I say we tell him to talk to this about to Shieldbear at the very least. From
I'll go
then
ask
on,
for him to come here.
and
We have
only
no
Shieldbear.
objection.
And then afterwards we should let him go. There's no use trying to... There doesn't seem to be any use trying to get any more out of him, and there doesn't seem to be any use of condemning a man who seems regretful of their prior actions.
We're getting rid of this.
For certain.
He's just holding this friggin' thing. You know, it would be funny if she had heat metal.
You know what's the funny thing about all this? If I had the reagent dice and Rock showed up, Rock can make truth serum. That is one of the
I
things.
mean, here's the thing. Man's mind is broken. Probably, like, do some funky high-level enchantment spell. So, for all he knows, he's telling the truth.
I know, just
Or
mean for like
he's
earlier when
close.
we were when people were having to like question you what he was saying and everything to get him to finally actually crack. Rock could have made truth serum a bit ago. It was just
It
funny.
could just end up, like, rendering him catatonic. But yeah, go.
He's just like allergic to the medicine and just fucking dies.
Valencia
Shieldbear would
runs
ask
up.
Valencia.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah, Shieldbear would ask Valencia. Me? Why just me?
You'll see when you enter the hut.
Yeah, I entrust those two to you. Make sure they stay alive. Well, Dennis stays alive.
That is fine by me. I
love
was
how-
already in the process of...
The party never learns the lesson and always leaves like
The doctor AR.
uh-huh.
No, because Atlas would have blasted dudes. Now, granted, Ace was about to blast dudes as well, but for different reasons. This was more justified blasting. But Atlas was indiscriminate blasting.
Atlas was going to kill him on presumed war crimes. Ace was going to do it on actively committed.
Super would walk in and you would just hear him say, "Hello, sir. I heard you want to talk to me."
Signis would like sort of. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Signis would like sort of kick the chair and then like gesture like, it just like do like the head tilt gesture of like tell him basically.
Looks over at you, Shilbearer, and you see he breaks out in a cold sweat immediately. He will look over at you.
I promise you.
Go ahead.
I promise you at the very least. I will promise you at the very least is that you will not be harmed.
Side eyes for a second to Signis and then looks
Why
back at you, Shilbearer.
would I harm someone?
I'm sorry. I believe I believe I have deeply wronged you in the past, young man. I and many others actually were participant in something that may have drastically altered the course of your life. He gestures, gives like a nod to, I think it was Valencia who has the disc mask.
Oh, Ace has it
Oh,
because she
Ace.
was casting Identify on it.
Oh, well, it gives you the nod to you, I guess.
Yeah, Ace holding up the mask.
You would all
Go ahead.
see as Shilbearer stands in shock for a moment. Takes a few steps back as you see him for the first time in ever shift in and shift out constantly. Not fully changing, but you see Shilbearer just wants to come out. As you hear him in a soft, almost sad and scared voice. No, we're safe here. They cannot harm us anymore. Master would protect us. Why? Why?
I wish I could tell you why, but truth is, my mind is twisted, the damage beyond repair, I'm afraid, by sorcery that even I do not comprehend. I just remember that I hurt a lot of people. And if there was a way that I could atone for what I did to you, young man, yes, I wish I could think of one. I'm sorry.
Those souls, those rooms, those people, those... Ah!
He kind of falls to his knees and says, I wish I could remember your name, but I remember your soul. I know I damaged you. Please.
Damaged? Damaged? I don't know who I am, where I was. I just woke up one day. Everyone's scared, everyone wanting to harm me. No one to talk to. Alone for so long.
I could remember who made us do this. If I could point you in the right direction, I would, but I can't. Whatever retribution you wish to seek, I'm afraid I am but a piece of the puzzle. A pawn in the grand scheme of things.
I'm nothing. As you all see, just Shield Bearer falls to his knees, dropping everything he holds. He's just like, I'm nothing.
See, like, Ace just goes to his side, like, trying to console him.
Do not define yourself as nothing. You are a trusted companion within our circle. Well, you are a warrior of Illumilois. Do not put yourself down. Do not put yourself down due to your past. Look forward and simply look forward and find a way through. Anger and frustration may take you now, but do not let it control you.
I am not the one who's angry. I'm just sad. So sad. Do you know what it's like to not know whether you want to remember or not? Whether you were a criminal or not? I know nothing of myself, only the name given to me and a name chosen. And now they found me again.
I wouldn't say they have found you. This man barely seems to understand where he is or who he is. Try to rationalize through what you're feeling. Your situation is certainly alarming, but I wouldn't say I would not say that I don't understand what you've gone through. I myself have had things happen to me, and trust me, they are not pleasant. So
you
go
would
ahead.
see a shield basher, well, a white paw just smash into the ground. As you hear shield bearer say, "You," pointing to Alphys, "do you really wish to condone for what you've done?"
I regret what I have done. I do not know to what extent I've hurt people. I both wish that I could remember, and I also wish that I could not. I'm in a limbo where I exist with only partial memory of my past sins. I don't know what to
with
do.
us. Give yourself up to the authorities and figure a way with them to remember. Then once you remember anything, give it to us. That way, you can help us this time, instead of just hurting so many.
He lowers his head a bit and says, If that is how you believe I can atone, then I shall do just that.
And he's kind of holding the friggin' disc mask, looking at Shield Bearer. She's just gonna say, like, the big guy, you ain't nothing. This stupid thing is nothing. And Ace is gonna draw out the friggin' thing, the little mask in her journal, so she can at least, like, for future reference, look back on it. But she's gonna take some firewood that might be in the friggin' fireplace. She's gonna cast Produce Flame. Is it a metal mask, a wood mask, clay mask?
It is cloth and crystal.
It's cloth and crystal?
Like the disc
Okay.
part of it, like the sort of like bluish cyan crystal, it's kind of like glass basically. Everything else is like cloth and a bit of fur. In fact, I'm gonna do something real quick. I will show you the multi-site that I made for Alphys, so you can see roughly how the outfit as a whole would look like.
Okay.
Oh fuck! I accidentally clicked out.
Oh Jesus. Is that Venom from Guilty Gear?
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Way
yeah,
to take us out of the mood.
it's kind of like this, almost like mop, looking like cloth and fur that just drapes all over the mask with like the single sort of like featureless, like disc shape bit.
Okay, so that changes what I was gonna do, but it still is impactful. Ace is gonna throw in the fireplace, and she gonna cast Firebolt to break the mask and burn whatever's left of it.
You toss it into the fireplace. You see as the cloth begins to burn up very quickly. The only thing that does remain still for a couple more seconds is the crystal, which you believe that's where the enchantment is being like focused on. But even after like a well-placed shot of a firebolt, it cracks, and you imagine that it won't take long before it fully succumbs to the flames.
You would hear Schilber, well, for those who speak Beast Folk, say to himself, hurting him nothing. We must do better.
Valencia will reply in Beast Folk, just saying, I do not know what you have went through the past. All I know is that you are squire of Edium Lois. Whatever hardships you have gone through, you have endured them. And you're stronger for it. Don't forget that.
I hope so.
It brings that tacky little waste of enchantment.
And with that, Schilber would walk outside and see if Alphys would follow him.
He will. His
Leaving
hands
the
are
decision to him.
His hands are still bound. You do notice that he lowers his head, sobs a little bit. You just hear him go like, and then he stays there for a couple of minutes. Doesn't immediately follow you out.
Ace just pushes him like, "Hey, get the marching."
And he will after Ace, tells him to do so. So I guess by the time,
and
by the time we're getting to this point in the
Awkward.
conversation of between AR, Doc, and Dennis, what's it called? You will see how like the party seems to be getting out of the house, with the old man in tow.
and you see shield bearer with anger and tears.
Rock just kind of stares. And then just kind of, after just analyzing the situation of everybody marching out, just kind of turns his head. He is, whatever happened there is their business. It's not his.
Signis is going to very quickly do just gonna do a sweep of the place, Ace, just to make sure that they didn't miss anything.
Everything is kind of very mundane, like I mentioned before. The only thing you do find is a long staff made out of this white wood that ends in like this portion towards the top that seems to kind of like splinter off into like various branches. It feels very light in your hands, and like I said, it stands out because it's made out of like this solid like white wood compared to everything else in the cabin.
Right.
Signis would grab it and like on his way out, like sort of pass it to Ace and say, "Found this in the cabin while doing a last sweep. Take it to study it, but I wouldn't suggest using it. I know better than to touch anything than to try and use things of the sort, honestly."
Purpose and old mage wizard staffs. Maybe.
This reminds me of the cult old Spank and Yarnum. Tiring stuff.
I'll
What's it
look
called?
into it.
As like, kind of like shield bearer, I would imagine like just kind of like, walk. Like I imagine shield bearer is like walking ahead of everyone back to town, trying to like get away from like this situation as far as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Atlas is going to kind of like go back and kind of like ask Valencia like,
What was the conclusion of this mission? It seems that everything has been resolved.
Indeed, the old man has decided to turn himself in.
I see. Well, then we should be able to get the payout for this job. However, I have a willful request.
Yes?
There have been things that have been brought to my attention that I seek further information on. That armorer, Dennis, he holds quite a bit of information that I do not believe I can get out of him in a single day. I am aware that there is a bounty on his head, but I wish for the pursuit to, at the very least, harbor him in Majula, so that I may get the answers that I need.
We might be able to negotiate something with Captain Drummond.
You know, it's actually kind of funny because Ace was gonna ask the same friggin' thing because when he mentioned, he was a bit of a enchanter. I'm a bit of an enchanter myself. That perked Ace's interest a little bit, but then the whole shenaniganry happened before she could continue on.
I don't get a say in
Anyway.
this, says Dennis.
Look,
What's it called? Like Atlas is
we're,
going
we're
to like
bartering for your parole.
Atlas is going to just kind of like turn to Dennis and say,
Would you rather rot in a prison in a nation that seems to be completely against yours, or be taken to a hamlet which has a farm on it, and a big pit, and a beach, and chicken?
Oh, gee.
Manner.
When you put it like that does seem like a pretty good offer. Just to clarify something, I wouldn't be put away for that long. But weighing my options here, there's lots
I'll
of
allow
lot of.
it.
I didn't say yes.
I did.
I think they are merely. I think they are merely stating that if you do agree, it is. Everyone is in agreement that it is okay to do so.
Besides, Zipra,
What about the
Besides-
ironclad?
your little golem.
It comes with us.
You mean with me, right?
stares.
I
believe
mean,
that's what-
technically, it's under. Well, here's the thing. Is it like a? Is like a command stone, or is it like you built it and it follows your orders? I've known a few people who make these sorts of constructs.
Oh, it just follows my orders. I am the one who animated it after all.
Oh, so it's the latter then. Fancy
Is it-
that.
Depending how Rock Doodlekin goes, depending how things work out for you, if you like our settlement enough and everything works out and there is no trouble, you might be able to animate more of those if allowed, as it could help. If you look to the party, as it could help with the security of our town to have these.
Well, first of all, it takes a particular amount of process to even make and even mold enough metal to get one of these things, going.
And
It
it takes like months to even animate one of them if you ain't got the right facilities for them.
unless your name is
Please.
the Iron King, which I'm going to take a wild guess that it isn't. You won't be able to animate more than, say, one of these within the year.
With all
This is
due
my
respect,
second
do we
request.
really want those Alchem scraps defending our hamlet?
One or two wouldn't be much of an issue, as they don't need to rest.
We don't have any soldiers as of the moment, considering in our populace. It might be worth it to have them as backup at the moment, and or at least a stopgap until we can temporary solution until we find a way to get a more capable militia.
With all due respect, that is not a temporary solution if we are not able to actually procure that. Did none of you listen to the fact that this planetary sphere is incredibly primitive when it comes to processing mechanical soldiers?
It is, I will say, just throwing it out there, that Drangleic may be lagging behind on the Golem territory, but, us? Not really. I haven't heard rumors that the Ivory King has his own golems. So, I will just put it out there. We're
Atlas
not...
just kind of turns
Okay.
back and says, like,
Like I said, primitive.
There's one already. We can use that for the moment.
Well, in other news, after hearing the conversation between Atlas and Shieldbear earlier, I mentioned it to them that I've come to a realization We can do this when we get back, or we can do it in the morning if today's events have taken toll. Outside of mine practice and mine capabilities, you all do not know much about myself or what I have done in mine past. So I believe if it is okay with you all, it is around time that I should share more about myself.
Oh, please do. I'm sure we're all dying to hear that, says Dennis.
Valencia thinks back to 5 minutes ago when somebody was sharing stuff about themselves.
Maybe not the time.
I did not mean now. I meant when we either get back to the tavern or in the morning if it is not suitable. I did not mean this second. I even stated that it would not be now. Did no one pay attention?
No, it's more so the fact that as it currently stands, I don't believe some members of our little circle here would be particularly receptive if considering the current predicament. So
Which has still not been explained to us, but...
Okay.
If we're planning on bringing Dennis to Majula, I don't believe we'll be able to take them anywhere near the fort as of right now.
Ooh. Do I get my own hiding place while you guys do your important things back at Fort Cardinal?
Well,
what would
here's the
stop
thing.
you from running away is the issue.
I mean, nothing really,
Me.
but... okay, well, that's that. But well,
both
you know,
of us.
seeing as you're offering
Sig-
me a place to, hide out at until, this whole bounty thing blows over, I can very well turn away a free homestead, so to speak.
Lady Valencia,
Also-
how long... Good.
No. Also, with your little golem, I could make. It'd take
pretty
like maybe 50, maybe like say 25 days.
Unlikely, but you're welcome to come to go ahead and try.
I mean, that's from personal experience. Preparing folks similar to them.
He shrugs. Also, you're probably gonna identify this later, but I will show you what the staff does, because I do have a handle for this one.
Yee.
Lady Valencia, Oh, good.
Which tree branch?
The staff one. Oh, which tree branch?
If you have access to spells, these are different spell castings. Such as multicasting, you can use intelligence or charisma to cast all of them. Ooh.
And so if you have to say a sorcerer or a wizard, but you're in with your main stat, you could just use your instead of having to use either one or the other.
Correct.
I mean, good shiz.
Yeah. Rock would look to Valencia in response to him mentioning the bounty business and would ask, Lady Valencia, do you know how long a bounty poster goes in circulation before the bounty is worn off, in effect? Or does it simply remain until the person is captured?
Depending on the crime, usually about, for petty crimes, is about maybe like 3 months. If
You
it's
do
a
not
murder-
know anything about the laws of Drangleic. Lady Valencia was asked.
Indeed, as I was saying, I don't believe that they were out. It's more so a case of wait until everyone forgets about it.
I mean, as someone who has done bounty hunting, I do know how long typical bounties go for. And, well, granted, Dennis here was alive only, and usually those bounties will go away in about maybe a month or two if there ain't any information.
Now, what part of Drangleic do you come from?
And who
say we
actually
say-
had experience bounty hunting?
In Drangleic, may I ask?
I say we may want to have this argument when we are back in Fort Cardinal. This has certainly been a day, to say the least.
Out of character question. When we got to this random shack in the woods, did we actually follow a path, or did we randomly just walk into the forest and not have to find our way
We
back?
followed a path.
Well, you follow a path at first, but this is kind of very deep into the woods. So yeah, you at some point had to rely on survival tactics to make your way through the through the woods.
Turn to the party and with that, since we are very away from any mainstay path, would you all like me to fly above and get a view of where we need to go to get back to said fort?
That would be
Signis
most helpful.
Signis would sort of shrug and say, "Up to you, really. If from what I remember, we could likely just follow the fur stuck on the trees, because from what I remember from last session, we did sort of follow a trail of fucking loose fur on the fucking trees."
I thought it was following the footprints and stuff from your magic that glowed. I thought that's what.
Well,
you guys
that, but also, the trees.
Yeah.
Also, Gilbert already walked towards where he believes the fort is.
Rock will just open his wings and fly up, figuring any talk about his battle wait till the morning, and will kind of just help guide the party back to the fort.
Okay.
Or at least until they get to an actual path that leads back to the fort, then he'll just walk with them.
Okay. In that case, I guess for now we can say that you guys are able to make your way through the woods. You kind of already made the initial trek to track down this location in the first place, so you're able to return the way you came, roughly speaking. Before we move on, however, Shieldbearer, you were there in the middle of the woods having this argument, I suppose. Would the party hear or see anything if they are able to catch up to you?
Well, he would keep it to himself mostly, so I don't. Outside of our movements, don't think so. But if you really catch up to him, you would hear him arguing to Shield Basher whether they made the right decision. But I don't know who would walk up close to him.
Probably Ace. After arguing with Valencia for the umpteenth.
Mm-hmm.
No, but so how many bounds you actually turned in before, or did you have your maid do it for you?
I
Yeah,
am
you
beneath
just-
such things. I am a symbol of Drangleic. And not just some peasant going around on errands.
What if
I
Ace...
thought knights were supposed to get their hands dirty, but oh well. Yeah,
If
go ahead.
Ace would catch up, you would hear Shieldbear say, "No, to killing. If we kill him, he cannot help us. I know he's not been useful with his memories, but now we have at least a chance. I'm not to work with."
Hey, fellas.
What?
Big guy. It's me. It's Ace.
Sorry. What's up?
See, you two are having. Well, see, you two are having a bit of a spat. You doing all right? Kind of. You can tell she's mostly talking to both of you.
It's tough after what we've been through. I'm planning to catch the party up to what we all remember. But Shield Pressure thinks that we should still kill him for all he has done to us. Well, I think that we should get him to the authorities and try to see if we can restore his memories. Get more out of him.
Well, from what I do know, magic like that takes some really powerful magic or a lot of to even shake that kind of mind meddling and on a person. And maybe they got clerics up there at the fort. Not sure, but well, when I did find out, it was that the old timer was one of the folks who, well, when you had told me, thinking about y'all.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Thinking about y'all. Heck, I almost blasted him right then and there, but you would have at least wanted to hear the feller out.
You would have heard Shilber be like, "I know you told me so. I still don't think we have used him if he's dead. And no, vengeance doesn't help. Yes, we're supposed to be better." And thank you, Ace. I did want to hear him out. And I would prefer that we could make the choice ourselves. Yes, I still listen to you.
Would you two knock it off? Alright. Okay. Now here's the thing. Now, Basher. Shield Bear. Now, Shield Bear at least had... Y'all at least had a right to at least hear the old timer out, even if he's a few screws short of a toolbox. And granted, we not sure what all he did, or if he was the person involved, or what have you. But, figuring it wasn't my place to go and blast him. Also, Shield Bearer, yes, Shield Basher, in his own way of saying, I told you so, way, is just as valid for wanting to at least sock him, not kill him, yet. But at the end of the day, that's for both of y'all to decide, and till y'all can make up your minds. I don't want y'all fighting yourselves about it. You got that?
We will try our best.
Ace kind of having that look of like, I've heard Shield Basher, you better be answering, mofo, because I know you.
Oh yeah, no, he said we will try our best, as in we
Okay.
both will.
Alrighty.
Okay. It takes you guys quite a number of minutes, almost like an hour and a half or so of travel to the woods. Now, because you're pulling around a old man who is clearly not quite fit for long stretches of travel. And you are able to make it out of the woods eventually and see the town nearby, Fort Cardinal, once again. You see that Dennis is kind of looking to the left, to the right. The Ironclad doesn't really look anywhere. And Dennis is looking at you guys and says, all right, so what's the deal? We're just going to walk into town with two of us, restrained and bound like this? You can't seriously be okay with this, old man. Alphys says not a word during this entire journey. Over the old man is sitting Roland. He has a hard time even climbing up. Remember, Roland is a warhorse. He's a little bit bigger than most horses. So...
It's fine. Valency has the strength to lift to help him up.
Okay, sure. Alphys will kind of stare at you, and again, he's like very quiet during the entire journey, so he kind of accepts without really saying much. And you're able to pull him into Roland, or onto Roland. Go ahead.
Signis is just gonna look at the party and say, "So, what's the plan regarding our?" He looks at Dennis. Thinks about takes a moment to
How much was the bounty again?
Good of you to ask, because now I finally have a handout for the bounty board. So these are the bounties that you would have seen in that bounty board.
$650. Yeah, Ace holding up the bounty. Yeah, Ace kind of going in her jacket, look in her duster, pulls out the bounty poster, looks at Dennis, looks at the bounty poster. Like, was it like one of the ones where they have the sketch of his face, or did it just have like the info?
It doesn't have a sketch of his face, it just has the info.
Well,
I mean, there is like a slight sketch, but it's not like super detailed. It just shows like a man in a hood. Welcome back.
Well, there's not that good of a description, at least, to get rid of the hood.
But this is my sorcerer's cloak. How would they recognize me
You-
as a court mage of Alken if I don't have it?
Well, the point is them not recognizing you. Take the damn cloak off.
Are you gonna give me something else to wear?
Do you have
got a
anything
poncho.
underneath it?
I mean, yes, I do have, my spare clothes, but I just wanted to ask.
Well, let's see. That 650 gold. You were one alive, so they'd probably want to question you before they Ace kind of giving the old hangman's noose idea. Motion.
You know what I find funny? We have issues with Armor Dennis, whose crimes are banditry, robbery, and assault with a death weapon, but the party is completely chill with Melinda, whose crime includes cannibalism.
We didn't know.
It's called the
I
butcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ace didn't really look at like her crime. She just looked, see how much he was worth, just see like, Bofo.
So Atlas was right. She can't read.
Ace does know how to read. She just didn't look at it. And plus, she was like 400 gold. Like, dang, she's like 350 more than her. She's 350 gold. She's worth more than 350 more than Ace back home. And then Ace would have had I think Ace would have took the bounties of Victor, Gully, and Vic. Like, okay, you mofos.
What's it called?
I'm going after y'all.
Atlas
It's
is going to
personal.
Atlas is going to ask look down at Dennis and just kind of ask like,
A great court mage like you was wanted for petty banditry.
I was without many resources after leaving Alken, so I resorted to less than savory methods to keep myself alive.
Lady Valencia,
Yes.
how many mages exist within the domain of Drangleic?
What number would Valencia give? Like vaguely?
Well,
Is it in the is it in the thousands, tens of thousands?
no, not exactly.
like 5 guys.
So you are
Five
aware.
guys in a shed.
You are aware
Grab
that
a burger.
like just from the important names, you know that there's a royal sorcerer Navlan, who is like a pretty big deal in the Drangleic circles.
There's at least one.
You know that Lord Aldia is apparently like a really powerful sorcerer, but like that man is like basically non-existent as far as the political sphere goes.
I imagine like Valencia is like counting these on like her fingers.
Yeah, she is.
You are aware that Drangleic doesn't really push for sorcery too much. They're more like martial might. You might know of a handful of sorcerers that travel across the land or are in King Bendrick's graces, so to speak.
Okay, in that case, I feel Valencia would just like proudly announce like at least 10.
Atlas kind of like stares at you for a second. There is enough comedic timing to suggest that they did a slow blink, but kind of like says,
Why do the nations of this planetary sphere seem to not provide governmental funding for the research conducted by mages?
We're not in Melfia, says Dennis.
he kind of like says like,
So only one nation offers services such as these
Oh.
to
Melfia,
individuals who are able to use and wield the forces of the soul. Is this not alarming to any of you? That they are able to manipulate souls so
oh, don't get
ably?
Oh, don't get your panties in a twist. Melfia is more of an academy type of a nation. They only have pencil pushers over there, those who have not been able to see real combat.
I see. So they are the shield bearer of sorcery.
What does that mean?
Dang. Okay, buddy, you can
Shield bearer is not there, right?
Like, you're a bit
You
further
lucky
ahead
bastard.
from them. I imagine you're keeping like Dennis sort towards the middle of the group.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
I
she
have
wears
grabbed
a
the
little
arrow.
bit-
overhears that.
Just pointing out, we were tying. You
But Atlas is just gonna like, just say like, well, kind of like he actually says this to Valencia, just says,
Lady Knight, surely you see the strange discrepancy that I am also seeing. Those able to wield forces beyond the mere physical, how are they not a significant part of your political sphere?
I mean, one or two serve Vendrick, and beyond that, we have the Drangleic army.
And how many of them are armed with magical means of offense or defense?
It's not nearly really necessary when you have dragons on your side.
I will say, Valencia, you would know that while Vendrick prioritizes mostly like martial might over sorcery or pyromancy or even miracles, you do know that the Drangleic government, as it were, gives magical equipment to those who serve faithfully, such as enchanted rings, armors, weapons. They don't really do sorcery per se, but they do have magical equipment.
Okay, so she will mention that, like, the Dragon Riders, the best of the best, are equipped with enchanted equipment. But we don't really... I don't see the use of sorcerers.
And where's your magical equipment again?
Atlas just kind of like, looks at you and like ponders and says,
I take your point that the power of an abundance of dragons may prove useful firepower. And if you are still making use of the resources at your hands, then good. Waste of resources and ignorance of such is an incredibly inefficient way to run an army. That being said, it is still very curious that, well, even a mage such as Dennis here isn't even the highest on the list on this bounty.
Well, let me take a look at it. He says,
You're worth 650. That's not much to scoff at.
How are you ranked lower than a fencer? You wield the soul.
"Oh, Sharon, I know her actually."
You do?
Yeah, she's something else with those swords of hers.
Yeah.
You have an unmanned mech on your side. One that has auditory processors that respond autonomously to voice command.
It's a
One that we
golem.
defeated in a couple hits.
While that
I mean,
may
you didn't
be
really
true,
defeat.
while that may be true, it's still... What?
Golems ain't that uncommon. At least where I'm from, at least.
Look, I'll just put it this way. Sharon's mastery with the sword is, if you think my sorcery is impressive, hers is something else. Well, not her sorcery, I don't believe she's a sorcerer, but, her fencing, I guess, that's how we call it.
Why are you being so nudged about this, Dennis? A sword can be broken, burned,
Not hers.
tossed away.
Not hers, I'll tell you that much.
Ooh, so what is it, like enchanted?
Something to
Some
that
sort of-
effect. Last time I saw her fight, I saw her weapon extend to a reach that no sword should be able to.
Ooh, impressive. I might have to look into that.
Atlas
I may
also
have to
kind
look
of
at that
looks
as well.
maybe. Atlas has like a slight head tilt to the point where like you think, oh yeah, maybe they are also interested in what the fuck he just described, and like Atlas just says,
I am going to have to inquire properly about the process at which someone even acquires magic. If it is treated so casually on this planetary sphere, despite this also being a place without radio.
What is a radio?
Nobody question what radio is! Keep moving!
Okay. Wouldn't Elin be happy with everything like help them fight? What are you trying to say, Silver?
No, I was curious because you were talking about magic users, and I thought maybe Elim Lois would have quite a few of them.
Silver, you would know Elium Lois has a lot of magic users actually. They have oracles. That's what they call them over there. They are they have two terms. One is the oracle, and the other one are retainers. That's what they're called in Elium Lois. The oracle is a term that is given to. It's an alternate title that is given to Queen Alsana, who is said to be able to possess a great degree of sorcery and magic. And the retainers are effectively a branch, I guess, of Elium Lois that are spellcasters that supposedly are capable of animating ice through their sorcery. I say supposedly. You have seen some of them animate ice to some extent.
Not that I can help with this conversation, but I was curious myself.
Hmm.
that is actually kind of really cool.
Okay.
So,
So,
go ahead.
so 650 gold ain't much to scoff at. That'd be about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that'd be a decent split between us. Might have a few silver and for spare.
I thought you weren't
About
going
100.
to turn me in.
Well, here's the thing. We might be able to look. We're weighing our options right now because let's see, it's 108 gold, 3.
I will note at this point you're basically about to enter town, and you can
No,
see.
this would have been before we got to town.
Oh, okay.
Like, because like she's like Ace is not dumb enough to just blurt out like, "Hey, we talk about your bounty, mofo."
Yeah, no. Signis would like sort of like hold up a finger and say like, "If I have a possible plan, and what we could do is, well, yes, as we could do as discussed, where we take you to."
Again, Nathan, just slow down, think about what you're gonna say, and then say it.
Sorry. Yeah,
It's okay,
sorry.
it's okay.
Just give me a second.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay. Literally
We-
take your time and just form.
Okay. So Cygnus would just say, we could take you to Fort Cardinal and try and negotiate with Captain Drummond, and should and should they not agree to the terms and still decide to lock you away, I could break you out.
I believe we should take them to Medulla. And not
What do you
turn
mean
them
break
into-
him out?
Dennis looks over at Valencia and says, I like that idea. Let's just skip the part where you present me to the authorities and go straight to the settlement of yours.
We
I
are
believe that is
jailbreak.
the...
Everybody talk
my
at the same
God.
time. One at a
Uh-huh.
time, yo.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
What's called
Jericho.
Atlas was just gonna say,
I believe that is the best course of action, Commander. Yes, we are missing out on gold that we could be using to add to the reconstruction of our hamlet. However, I believe that 650 gold pieces is not an equivalent value to the information we can gain from simply having the mind of this sorcerer all to ourselves.
I
sound
possibly...
so-
Go ahead.
Okay. Why does that sound so kind of like you want to root around in his noggin?
That is exactly what I am going to do, in a metaphorical sense.
Knowing
I'm
you,
going
I
to
would have
get-
thought you'd do it literally.
The art and science of neurobiology, unbeknownst to a vagrant such as you from a much more primitive sphere, does not in fact allow you to ascertain information simply from the physical aspects of the cerebellum.
I don't know. I've heard of some gangsters from New Capenna who kind of know how to do that, and oh boy, it's a little bit macabre if you ask me.
That's disgusting.
And you, Mr. Signis? Allow me to explain. I am a Knight of Drangleic. I have authority to arrest Armorer Dennis over here. However, if we go to the fort and we turn him in over there, the fort commander has authority over me. Therefore, they get to decide what to do with Armorer Dennis at that point. And they can simply throw him in a cell. And we are not breaking him out if that happens. Do I make myself clear? We are about to abide by the laws of this land.
Ignis just like shrugs. He's just gonna look at them and say, well then, and Medulla is quite a distance away. So what's the plan? Are we going to take him there ourselves and then walk our way back to Fort Cardinal all in the middle of the night, or are we just gonna hand him a map and hope that he saunders over to our settlement?
I can hide him under a tarp.
What,
For the
Under a
duration
tarp.
for the duration of our stay.
what do you say about this, if I may? Well, you're clearly intending to turn in the old timer over there. How about you hold off on that for the time being, and let me watch over him. I pick at his brain for a bit, and when you are done with whatever business you're trying to do here in the town, well, I get back to you on what I found out. And
Well,
You know,
I don't think you're gonna be able to pick his brain. His mind
Restoration magic.
no, I'm not a miracle caster. I do sorcery.
They are under our protection as of right now.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately speaking, I doubt you will be able to pick that man's mind.
Look, you all
Mostly
didn't-
for the fact that he remembers nothing.
You all didn't let me finish. What I was trying to say is that I can keep a watch over the old man for a bit, then I get what I wanted, which is to pick at his mind for a bit. Then you guys, after you're done with all of this business you need to do here in town, well, you come back, I tell you what I found out, if anything, and then you can, take him to the authorities and me back to whatever dingy settlement you told me about.
Atlas kind of turns to Signis and kind of says, like,
If it is impossible to gain information due to retrograde amnesia, and Dennis here still wants to attempt it, I see no reason as to why we should deny him the chance to do a fruitless endeavor. In the meantime, it literally serves no harm.
How
It is
about
like-
this?
I was gonna say insight check on Dennis
Also go ahead with
is
Valencia.
to see if he's.
Yeah, go and roll your insight, and Valencia, what are you gonna say?
Valencia was gonna suggest that the two are sent to the tavern where her squire, Fern, can keep watch over them.
Yeah, y'all keep forgetting the retainers are around.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we got retainers.
So with a 22 insight, Signis, you are pretty certain he's he's being legit about wanting to try to prod the old man for information. There's a
Ulterior motives.
There's a slight bit of ulterior motives where you're not entirely sure if he will actually relay the information back. But this is less about him running away with the info. More so, he's just kind of a greedy fucker by default. So, like, at the very least, he's not trying to use this as a getaway, you believe. He might not be 100% on sharing the info, though.
Yeah, Signis is just gonna sigh and be like, at least, maybe that's the best way to go about this. Is then, I only have one request if you are to do this. Don't harm the old man.
I wouldn't dream of it.
If we see a single scratch on him, I can almost certainly guarantee.
Are you doubting my squire?
No, I know, Signis is like more so not okay. Signis is not like doubting Fern or anything. He's just saying he's just like making the thing clear. Do not fucking hurt the old man. I will hurt you.
Dennis will shrug and say, wouldn't dream of it. I'll say at this point,
Good.
You guys are basically in the front of town. The entrance guards are visible from this position. What will you two do? Oh, well, you all do.
Is it
Does
the
anyone
same guard for
relate
the
this
first time?
to?
You both talk at the same time? I could not understand what you guys said.
Okay.
Does anyone relate this to Gilbert?
He is at the front of the pack.
Ace
He has likely not been listening.
Ace would be like the relay to shield bearer. Like, hey, we mulling over the plan of like how to deal with dude.
Valencia will take out her. Actually, sorry, continue.
Gilbert would walk to AR and says, "So what exactly happened to we need to defeat the evil? Protect this land and this earth."
It is a very incredibly difficult concept to explain to you, because I believe that perhaps your ideals blind you to the nuances of achieving the greater good. But I am going to extract as much information from this person as I can, because I do not believe anyone here, or perhaps anyone even in Drangleic immediately, is able to give me the information that I need to ascertain the danger level of mages in this planetary sphere.
That's 'cause you're talking to Drangleic! The useless!
Exactly. That is why I am taking his brain and picking his brain. I was planning to ascertain and ask you about the sorcery in Ilium Lois. That much is true. However, I need to know as many things as possible.
You know, I don't care that you want to question him, free him, do whatever you want with him. I care about the fact that you keep hindering all of us, keep trying to kill everyone we say not to, and then as soon as you see one bit of peace that you want, everyone needs to lay their hands off. You said to me, choose whether to lead or follow. Why don't you follow that your own advice for once?
I am following a lead, constantly. I am following the lead of Her Majesty and her regulations and orders. Nothing will stop me from serving my purpose.
Boy, things are a little bit
Then
tense
stop
at the moment.
interfering with ours.
Dennis will say, boy, things are a little bit tense at the moment, aren't they?
They
What's it
started
called?
to do that recently.
And
Atlas
you,
will kind of say, kind of in response, just like another thing. Damn it, I kind of lost it. Okay, no, oh, hold on, I got it.
You all have a problem with me eliminating threats as soon as possible. Fine. I will play by your rules because I am deferring to your rules. But just because I disagree with the outcome, just because I believe that we ought to eliminate threats as fast as possible, if those threats are not eliminated, I might as well get some use out of it. If we spare him, you don't have a problem with it. Therefore, I can work around it.
did I not achieve the goal? And actually, did I not achieve the mission better than you would when you would have taken him out? Because that was not the mission anyone has been given you.
I believe that as long as a threat is neutralized, then there is no qualms to be had about what ifs.
Maybe they should check their golems again. Cause seems like one of them doesn't know their own rules.
They kind of like tilt their head slightly because they're like a little bit confused what you meant. But like the insult would have been good. It's just the golem bit didn't quite land, and they're just kind of like processing it a little bit.
They don't know that you're a mech.
Yeah, no, exactly. They don't know like I'm a person underneath. Exactly. Atlas doesn't respond, so I feel like Shield Bearer at this point like feels like he got him.
Yeah, he will turn around to Dennis. He says, "And you, if you put even one scratch on him that I didn't say you could, I swear
Why does
you will
everybody...
meet the worst day of your life."
Why does
Does
everybody
no
keep
one have
assuming...
faith in my squire around here?
Why does everybody keep assuming that I'm going to hurt the old man? He never wronged me. So I just want whatever he knows in sorcery.
Look, at the very least, if you got any sort of spells that rooting folks' brain, maybe some. Be careful with that sort of madness.
Then it just shrugs. He then, like, as you guys are getting closer to town, he looks over at the ironclad soldier and says, "Construct, find a hiding place. Crouch down. Make sure that all your limbs are hidden. Pretend to be a rock somewhere. I'll call upon you in a moment." Well,
Actually,
later.
how
into
wide
vulture.
is it?
How what?
How big is it?
Oh, it's pretty big. It is bordering on a, at least as wide-wise, it is bordering on a large-sized creature.
So like 10 feet wide?
No. I'll say like, I'm trying to my best to go off whatever dimensions the actual models had in-game, which I'm going to guesstimate it's probably somewhere in like these. Yeah, these things are pretty wide, so I'm gonna say it's probably somewhere in like the actual 5 foot wide, like square on a grid.
5 feet wide, baby. It's just gonna be the max weight. Cause this thing is big and it's a hunk of iron. Actually, I got an idea. I can hide him. He'll be heavy. How much do you think he weighs?
A lot.
Ace gets her satchel, opens up the bag. Tell him to put one foot in carefully.
What's that? A bottomless box?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna fit.
Oh, you'll be surprised.
Like, just to clarify, is there anything specifically special about the bag of holding?
Well, it's just a bag of holding. It's just like bigger opening. That's it.
I'm not sure if the ironclad soldier is going to fit in there.
Doesn't the bag of holding have a weight limit?
Yes, it does have a weight limit, which is why Ace was asking, how heavy is it?
How much?
It is a soldier clad in iron.
How much do you already have in there? That's the question.
Since Rock's stuff is already out, about 25 pounds, that's it.
I'll say this thing is... Yeah, it might be bordering on like the 400 to 500 pounds. Because it is a fucking big-ass like turtle shell metal armor. So... Theoretically possible. And also it doesn't need to breathe because, it's a...
It's a construct. It don't need to breathe.
I'm gonna say you can shove the ironclad armor in there, but it basically you can't put anything else in the bag of holding, because it will basically just use up the entire weight spot.
Well, and you see Ace kind of rooting around in her bag. No. Need that. Definitely need that. Pulls out like her multi-purpose tool shenaniganry. Puts that in like on her belt. Some rope and and then like, all right, that should do it. Now should be within the weight requirements. He's got the right dimensions, just can't put anything else in there.
Fine. Construct, step into the bottomless box. Or bag, I suppose. The ironclad soldier just walks up, begins to shove one leg in, another leg in, the rest of the torso that basically almost threatens to rip open the bag of
Hey,
holding.
careful, careful.
In fact, you hear a slight tear, actually. But
X-Men.
it eventually goes through. It was very risky.
I just imagining later down the line, like we're getting fucked in the ass by like an enemy, and Ace just like fucking emptying the bag, pocket golem.
She can't do anything with it. It's not hers.
It's just
I know, but it
no,
would be funny.
you just fucking Looney Tunes anvil someone. That's what you do with it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to mend this a little bit later. Oh, you do not want to know what happens when these things rip.
I can imagine. But with that, you guys are able. Well, Signis was already typing that he was gonna spin a yard to the guards. I just need you to make me a deception check.
I get guidance.
Of course.
So let's see. I get a +7 to that. At 19 plus a D4.
So
Yeah.
you spin a yard to the guards at the entrance of town. About your good old buddy, old pal Derek. That you're dragging around because he got lost in the woods, and you can't really, have that happening to Derek. And what about
we also have an old man with dementia. His name is Jeremy.
The old man is getting a little bit senile, wandered into the woods randomly, could have gotten himself hurt. You were so glad that you found him before that happened, and, you tell all of this to the guards with your deception. And the guards kind of like look at each other, then look back at you and go, right, it sounds like a very rough situation. Please, go ahead. You can just kind of stand aside, let you walk into town. Then, yeah, you
Question.
are... Yeah?
Are these the same guys from the other night?
They have been rotating in shifts. These are not the same people.
Oh lord, are they gonna ask Ace? Is she a pyromancer?
No, you see how they do whisper to each other a couple of moments before you all like properly fully approach. They seem to be talking about you in those whispers, so they don't really question your presence. Word has kind of spread about you and your activities throughout the Fort Cardinal. So they just nod along. One of them does say, or rather begins to address you guys, not by names obviously, but by titles. You hear a couple of comments here and there, like when Atlas passes by, one of them will say Sir Knight, and then when you walk by Ace, one of them says Lady Pyromancer.
Ace is like disappointed, like they're not using her friggin' epithet.
I think the term was Thunderslinger. You hear one of them say to the other. Right.
And the other one's just like, what do you mean thunder? She's fire.
Weren't you at the friggin' event? She had that weird thing that sounded like thunder.
So eventually you guys are led into town. Without much issue, you're able to traverse into the towards the inn of the town, and Dennis just kind of sits down in one of the tables. Alpha is again fully completely silent throughout all of this. His eyes always kind of casted downwards. You believe you see his mouth move a couple of times, but it's more so like he's muttering something to himself rather than saying anything out loud. You see that, when you return, Gwenold, Fern, or Cersei, see you all return and say, Lady Valencia, says Fern, and your companions, you have all returned. Pray
Indeed, another successful mission.
As expected, says Cersei. Gwenold chimes in and says, you You brought in some people. Were these like in the wanted posters?
It's just like
We shall discuss that
Just-
later. As for now, Fern, I have an important assignment for you.
Yes, Lady Valencia. Please.
You are to take these two gentlemen upstairs and take care of them.
Looks at
Make sure
Alphys.
nothing happens to them.
Looks at Alphys and Dennis. Dennis is just kind of being still very laid back and casual about this, almost as we didn't get beat up like a couple of hours ago. And he and Fern says, "Take care of them, my lady." What would that entail?
Simply guard the room.
I shall do just that then. Turns over to Dennis and Alphys and says, "Greetings. My name is Fern, squire to Lady Valencia. I believe I shall be entrusted with the keeping watch over you." And Alphys doesn't say anything, but Dennis goes, "Yay!" And
yeah.
he
Well,
escorts
Derek.
them over to one of the rooms. Oh, you were gonna say something, Ace?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about
Go ahead.
quote unquote Derek? Or did he was saying, or was he's the one saying, "Yay"?
No, that's
Yeah,
everything he
he's the one
says.
saying that.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's everything he says. He doesn't really comment further on that. So, Signis hands over the gold pieces to the innkeeper, and Fern takes both of these guys upstairs. Gwenalt looks back over at you guys and says, "You guys been away for a little bit. I thought I heard that you were gonna be busy for most of the day doing stuff, huh?" Well, actually,
Just
still-
that.
We were.
it's nighttime actually at the moment, huh? Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
shit.
It is very
Yeah.
late into the night. Because you guys headed out within
we
this
should
same
get
day
some
of the
rest.
demonstrations. So
Yes,
yeah.
I would say like yes, and we need to wake up at early sun, actually before sunrise, to make sure we're at the fort at sunrise.
Cersei says, "Quite. You must all get some rest, especially Lou, especially you, my lady. It's not too good for your health to remain up for quite this long."
Indeed, I shall go rest right away. Lead the way.
At once. And she bows to you, not to the rest of you, obviously. And well, gets you to your room. Gwenalt kind of like stretches and says, "Yeah, might as well get some rest in. I think, you all have been doing stuff. I have been doing stuff. Yeah, busy work, huh?" He just kind of smiles at you, gives you like a smile of like, "Yeah, I'm relating to you guys, right?"
Yeah. Like, I
Atlas
like
leaves.
that he's at least trying.
Atlas goes to their room.
Okay, the smile fades from Gwenal for a second, and then he just goes,
Imagine Valencia just like gives Granod like a fist bump. Or something as she's leaving.
he says, as he does that. And eventually you guys are able to return to your rooms and get yourself a good night's rest.
Long rest, finally.
Long rest after
Long rest.
so many sessions.
Oh,
Yay!
What's one of
Before we
those?
do that, before we log
Yeah.
rest, Ace was gonna comment one thing. She was like, "Oh, by the way, big guy, I had noticed you got another shield. You want me to fix it up for you? I'll have it by the morning."
Don't you need sleep? You need to wake up early.
I've had rush. It's not like I haven't had rush jobs before.
Should I would give you the shield, leaning closer and whisper to you. You may do it, but don't push yourself. You're one of the only people we have left. As he walks to his room.
Everyone else is gonna fucking die. Shieldbearer's just gonna like kill them all.
Oh yeah, you think we're long resting now? Nah.
Straight back into combat.
Roll for initiative.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you guys are able to turn in for a long rest. Nothing really happens, obviously. You are in the safety of Fort Carnival Town. Well, replenish all of your resources, your health, anything you were missing. With that,
Long rest.
eventually dawn will come. Shieldbearer.
What I wanna
Oh, go ahead.
say is, AR will wake up to just like a plate of warm food. Like when they open the door, there will be just like a plate of warm food waiting for them.
Oh, grabs food, goes back in, munchies.
Is what's it called? Like, so wait, where's the plate? Just like left there?
Yeah, just like left there outside.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like Nathan said, grabs the food, goes in.
One thing will happen during this night, however. Shieldbearer, you have a dream. Or a nightmare, perhaps. It might be more appropriate to call it that way. You feel cold. You feel the floor underneath you very much like a lifelike sensation, as if you were there. Because, well, you were, actually. You feel a cold concrete floor, a cold metallic texture around your hands, as if they have latched on to the nearest object that you could find. A long and quite, shall we say, unbreakable fence, cage, something to that effect. The memory is hazy, but you see, well, a large room with a ceiling so impossibly high that it almost makes you wonder why is it that way. Only a singular window, or rather 2 windows, illuminate this room, far above the floor, far beyond your reach. The room itself is cast in dim light, with only, well, like I said, the light of the windows to illuminate down, but also a singular metallic chandelier that hangs from that impossibly high ceiling. You see in front of you numbers of humanoid figures, all donning the white robes with the disc-shaped masks, some colored blue, some colored yellow. You're not aware what the difference is here for you. They are all, well, part of the whole, so to speak. Part of the pain that you experience. You see as one of them approaches. It's speaking, but you cannot understand what they say. It comes out as garbled, unintelligible noise. Your mind can't really focus on what is being said, just on what is being done. As after a sound of a grinding metallic noise is heard, the cage opens. You feel yourself instinctively rush forward. Any opening, any gap, anything you can use to get out. But just as soon as you do so, a flash of blue light hits your vision. Next thing you know, you're being laid down on top of one sort of a operating bed, perhaps. The only thing you see is being surrounded by those featureless circles before everything goes dark again. You haven't had this nightmare in a while. You thought you overcame it, perhaps a couple of nights ago. But the memories have returned. Partially, at least. And then you awake.
Yeah, I presume Shilper would always wake up the earliest, but now he will highly likely wake up the latest, and everyone would just hear him yell while he's waking up from, "Let me go!" As that's the only thing you hear him yelling from his
What's he
room.
got? While everyone's like, I imagine, like, since he's the last to get up, like, you know, like, Atlas, like, you know, everyone's just gathered. Atlas just kind of says,
We are letting him go. We're going on a mission. This was his idea.
No, hang on. Let me talk to him. Ace kind of knocking on Shield Bearer's door.
Wait, do you have it written down? Because could you send that to me?
Yeah, I was copying the shenaniganry.
I'm not gonna lie, I low-key only had the note of Shieldbearer has a dream about the lab. That's what my note read at the moment. Like, obviously for me, who is familiar with the setting, like, I know exactly what lab it is, I know exactly what it looks like, I know what place we're at physically, but I'm not gonna lie, a
It's completely fair.
lot of these narrations I just kind of come up with on the fly.
It was so good. I think I need to write this down because
It's
my
okay,
memory doesn't keep up.
The video, there's gonna be a stream.
That's
You
why
can-
we have the recording session.
That's what the stream's for, yeah.
That's what the stream is
I
for.
know.
Yeah, but yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Wait, yeah, when you knock on the door, you hear no response.
Ace kind of like halfway close her eyes, like open up the door.
When you try to open the door, it doesn't feel locked, but it will not move.
It's a fucking shield in the way.
All right, you god dang oaf. Ace kind of with her multi-purpose tools is gonna make thieves tools and see if she can push whatever's outside of it on the other side of the door off of the door. Kind of like to push the little latch that might be on the door up or away, so we're not busting the door down in and having to pay for it.
That's how heavy the object is.
I think you can at least push that weight with your strength score, can you, Ace?
What was it? 30 times your strength?
It's 15 times your strength. It's 30.
No, for pushing.
Oh, for pushing.
30
Okay.
is pushing. Yeah, 30.
Yeah, 30. In that case, yeah.
Oh yeah, she can definitely push that. Like, come on.
Okay, so after a moment of effort,
You push Shield Bear to the corner.
You see Ace kind of a little bit dizzy. You see that there's this big old shield clattered like next to her. Like,
Shield Bear now faces the corner due to him being pushed.
no. Okay.
Don't talk me angry.
Wake. All right, wake up. You're usually the one. I'm usually the one who wakes up the latest. That's my thing. Come on, wake up. It's It's me.
I am awake.
Oh. You okay?
I thought I got rid of this nightmare.
It's okay. You're, we're here for you, buddy.
What if
Oh.
there are more of them? What if they're looking for me?
Well, they gotta get through me first.
It's just, what if I bring danger to you all for being here?
Like that's ever stopped us.
Am I even worth trusting if I don't even know who I am?
Look. You may not remember what your past was. You're still you. You're still you. End of the day. That ain't gonna change nothing. Like, look at me. Like, you're running with a. Y'all running with an outlaw, and I'm still here. Now, granted, I ain't murder anybody, but you get the point. Still,
Yeah,
also,
I
I got you a present, and Ace just holds up this the friggin' big old shield. Now that it has this sort of like, it looks like the Great Shield. So it looks like the Great Shield, except now it's got this stylized drawing of shield bearer's face on it. Kind of make it personalized. To make it seem like, hey, don't mess with me, like sort of intimidation factor.
I know that you will be here for us. But what about the rest? What would they think?
Well, Walker, he's good. He's handy enough in a fight, and you can trust him. Similar lines of work. Scales, heart's in the right place, so she'd be willing to protect you as well. Doc, well, the whole doctor's oath of like making sure patients are all right. He'd make sure you're decent. And the Tin Man, he'd probably, it seems like maybe because Val's here, he'll probably help out as well.
You know, give me 10 minutes. We'll put on my armor and tell everyone that I will talk to them about what happened yesterday and everything around it.
All right.
Let's see
Oh.
if they accept me.
Well, if they don't, well, we'll just have to tussle with them, or they'll have to deal with it.
So, would Ace tell the party anything else?
Like, she'll just tell the party what Shieldbearer told her. She's not the person to, like, air out folks' dirty laundry.
In that case, after the 10 minutes, Shieldbearer would walk down and see everyone waiting for them. He says, everyone, before we go, we need to talk. No one reacts.
I wouldn't mind, and I wouldn't mind hearing you out.
I'm not gonna lie, Atlas is staying quiet. You suggested it.
Yeah, no, I saw Valencia type 1 sec, so I don't know if that's on me or...
Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, Valencia will just say, like, yes, you can go ahead.
Shilba would say, I have not been completely honest with you all. Shilper is a name I picked out after waking up without any memories. I picked it out together with my mentor 10 years ago. I don't know who I am, what I am, where I was before that. All I remember is a wagon with no windows. It was more of a closed dark box than a wagon. I was not sure where it went, but it felt like we were going somewhere. Then I blacked out and I remember flashes of darkened, almost featureless stonework halls and rooms, sometimes with multiple alchemy supplies lying around, as well as cages of various sizes and other contraptions for restraining people and creatures of all kind. I have these images of multiple orange glass circles or cyan circles, like the mask we saw, looking at me. And I often heard many, many more. I don't know how I escaped, but I woke up and my master found me. He took me in and he showed me what I could do. I trained to be a knight, and after 5 years of training I went out to help people, search for more experience as a squire. Well, many feared me even after I helped them. And then one day I fell in a black pool and I met all of you. I'm sorry for not being honest about not knowing who I was.
What's it called? Atlas obviously has been like, standing on like at the side basically like a fucking armor fixture the entire time, like, they often, but they kind of walk up to you, shield bearer, and kind of says,
Last night, I told you that you knew nothing of war and pain and grief and sorrow. That you were just a squire without any experience whatsoever. I was wrong to say that. You have been through an experience that inhumane would be a huge understatement. And I see and hear now that these visions, they are not unlike my birthplace. It will not go away, even once you have gotten your closure, gotten revenge, or reconciliation. Even once you find fulfillment and purpose amongst the stars, these dreams will still haunt you. But these dreams, these echoes of the past, they are yours to bear, but they are yours to control.
Atlas kind of like, kind of like looks like, up, like next to you right now and says,
Apologies are in order, but apologies mean nothing when it comes to such horrible transgressions as I have done upon someone in my youth. So, I will make amends in practice, forged through steel and blood and faith.
as they will place down a really
Really what? You cut out.
cool
I think
A really cool rock.
Really cool rock.
yeah, it's almost certainly a really cool rock. AR cut out, but there
Why
was
do I keep
almost
cutting out?
certainly-
Yeah,
No,
it's a
I
really
caught
cool
it.
rock. Yeah.
It should
caught
have
that.
been me.
But it's how would you describe this this really cool looking rock?
I'd say it's like, like a rock that like kind of like it's like a long like a cylindrical kind of like a long one, and then it like branches out into like two, and like there's like a little like like a there's like a little
It's a little
asymmetrical
Y-shaped rock.
It's like a little Y-shaped rock, yeah, and it's got like a little like spiral shape at like the base of like the two branches.
Yeah. Super would look at you. He would take the rock and says, "You couldn't have known. So I don't hold it against you. And thank you for the kind words."
And they just kind of, walk off, like, walk back to their
He's like, "I'm out. I'm going on a mission."
yeah, like he leaves. Bye guys, leaves Discord call.
Dr. Rock
I
seems to have something to share as well, but go ahead, Signis.
I think Signis would like go up to Shield Bear, just like it can say, I can't, I can't fully relate to what you felt. However, I can say for certain in that no matter or what, I believe I can inside with you during this journey of ours. Are you? Ooh, okay, give me a second to think, Ink.
Take your time.
Okay. You are much greater. What you are is much greater than the sum of your parts. Your past does not define what you are today. And it does. And I thank you for being open to us about it. No response?
He says, thank you for your kind words. As you know, I will be here for you. For all of your masks.
Very well.
Valencia will just add, like, you became a squire from nothing. I must say, that's quite impressive. You should be
Jesus
proud.
Christ! The lack of fucking
No. Like, I know what's it called. Like, she meant from nothing, not for nothing. Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't realize you misheard that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no. So Valencia says, yeah, you became a squire from nothing. That's impressive. What's it called? Fern is still
like-
kind of keeping watch over the room, so he's not here at the moment. But Gwynalt will chime in as well and say, I mean, yeah, it's like, I can't imagine it could have been easy, to do all of that after going through all what you went through. Honestly, you already kind of had my respect, but now, it's even more so. Cersei says, I must admit, I may have misjudged you harshly when we first met. But it appears that I should have never doubted the company that my lady has with her.
I couldn't have done it without my master, Joyous Efferson. And thank you. I know that that's an high praise coming from you, Valencia.
Indeed, of course it is.
Okay. Currently, Rab has to have switched to text. But, do you want to write out some stuff, Rab? Questions the plan for it, some is right. Rab is typing. It's up to you. If you would rather want to have it made through voice, they'll be interested in one turbine things and stuff with questions for it. If you want, we can put like a pin on things here, and next time when you're able to like speak through voice, we can, do stuff here. Just one. I can also wait till next time. Yeah. I just to make it more comfortable for you to actually be able to react in real time, so to speak. What's it called? There is one thing that I will make note of that will happen during this morning. If you guys were to set out to to Fort Cardinal in order to meet with the troops that are marching for the scouting mission, so to speak, you will notice that they are all seemingly forming like squads of of like 5 or 6 people. There is one condition that you will be given if you want to assist the Drangleic's army here. That at least 2 of the fort's men should come along with you to verify that you're actually doing the job that you were like hired to do.
Oh yeah, Geralt and Linus.
No! Yes.
Oh, hey, it's Guard Steve. Oh, hey, it's Steve the guard.
The equivalent, I guess, of Geralt and Linus here in the setting.
They're multiversal, like all like
variant.
what's it called? Variants. Yeah.
Let's see if this one will be a Dragon Slayer as well.
I can't.
You're not. You can't hire. They're part of the army. You're not mercenaries.
I mean, Valencia can probably command them around.
I mean, it's fine if you believe like Rock would be prompted to share more about himself after seeing all of this like happen. Then that can work. Like seeing people kind of open up. Maybe he's like, maybe these people are okay to share like things with. That if that's how you believe the character will progress, then yeah. What's it called? But yeah, like I said, it might be better to have it happen next time so that you can react better, to in real time, I guess, to stuff.
We can basically start the session with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So would the tanker actually pulling up while Shilver was doing stuff? No, that would have happened some time in the morning before this happened. What's it called? But
if that actually happens like before this stuff, then there might be a retroactive thing that needs to be done. If fucking they mention Signis's fuck ass.
Isn't the Drowned Cry a second time after, seeing that we need to be at Fort Cardinal at first sunrise?
Oh, actually,
it's true. Like with the the guy wouldn't be awake, right? Like, no one would be awake. So why would he?
No one would be awake at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably gonna happen way later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just need to type it out so I don't forget what the dialogue.
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy and paste this straight into your DMs so that that it doesn't just get drowned out by text next session.
There's more from the argument between Bear and Atlas when they mention others not knowing about loss and such that prompted it. Yeah, no. Again, if that is what you believe would prompt Rock to do so, and maybe he like slept on it for a second, like had to have that night of rest to kind of think about like, should I talk to these people about this thing, then yeah, again, that could also still work within like the flow, I guess, of the narrative. But here's what we're gonna do. We're going to put a pin on things here for the time being, because we're basically reaching the end of our allotted time, and I think this is a good moment to put like a pin on things when you guys are just about to head out.
Yeah.
So let's say, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna make a joke. Go on ahead.
Okay. So with that, I think we're gonna have to call the session for today here. Before we go, however, to the people who may be watching at the moment, thank you guys for watching along. Once again, shout outs to all, everybody who's watching, and to Sound Phenomenon for providing most of the audience, to Larian as well, to FromSoft, and of course, the greatest shout out to my dear players who are always awesome every session. Hopefully next time we'll be able to get to what's happening here with the rumblings that have been heard around Fort Cardinal, and we will also hear more from Dr. Rock as well. With that, we'll draw the session to an end for the time being, and I hope everybody has a good rest of your week. Everybody say goodbye.
Till next time.
See y'all in another
Bye-bye.
session. See y'all in another session of Dark Souls, Dirge of Drangleic. Goodbye.